A very good morning, everyone. Welcome to YouGarden. A lovely wave from Bex. You right?
Good morning. Yeah, really good.
Super.
Really,
really well good. Thank you so much.
Really well good.
My name's Dan. Thank you for having me. I know maybe you were expecting Sean Ryan. We always expect Sean Ryan.
Well, yes.
Busy man.
He's a busy man at the moment.
But nevertheless, hello Sean. I'm sure you tune in whenever you can. What a show. 3 live hours. I know so many of you are already tuned in saying hello on the chats, which we absolutely adore. Karen, Elaine, Neil. Is Neil here as well?
Yeah, Neil's in.
Hello, Neil.
Good morning.
Bex, what's today's lineup all about? What are we looking forward to?
Well, very much about gardening for everyone, which is our tagline here at YouGarden, and we definitely stand by that. So it doesn't matter what size of space you've got, whether it's grow your owns, whether it's summer bedding, whether it's annuals, perennials, it doesn't matter what you're looking for. We do have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got our favourites table over there, which has a lot of the summer bedding stuff on there, but we've also got some beautiful standards to talk about, and obviously, oh look, he's on those. Look, I mean, look at all that colour. That is incredible, isn't it?
Divine,
A feast for the eyes, definitely.
I don't know whether like bits and bobs have already. I know we had like a little warm burst, didn't we, over last weekend or so, which just made the gardens go crazy, which is super exciting. Tons on the show now. If you're brand new, you probably know what we're going to talk about. If you're not, what? If you've shot before, you may be. I don't know. I know, I claimed I know what I'm doing. Ha! Joke's on you. But there's always worthwhile shopping on YouGarden because there's freebies to be had, aren't there?
Yes, freebies and savings.
Yes.
So the free gift that you're getting with every single purchase today is a pack of our 10 majestic lily bulbs. Yay. A rainbow of colour included here. They are perennial, so they'll come back for you year after year, but these are a free gift. So
How do I get that, please?
Well, you enter a code. So every time you make an order, you'll enter that code that you can see on the screen. This week it is YGTV2024.
Yep.
When you place your order, there's a little box that comes up. It says, do you have an offer code? Yes, you do. That is the offer code you need to use. That will put that free gift into your basket.
Marvelous.
You don't have to do anything else, just put that code in. What the code will also do is unlock all of the other deals, the savings, the buy one, get one free, the double up deals. If you enter that code, that's where you'll see those savings start to drop off your basket.
Every single time I order today, tomorrow, pop that in so that'll be completely free, doesn't affect your P&P, etc. Speaking of P&P, see, I can do it sometimes. If you get your order to £40 or over, that is per order, per time you come and shop with us. If you get to £40, free P&P.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one postage cost per order if it's under £40. So even if you've got 3 or 4 items in your basket that have got postage attached to them, it will only be the one postage cost. But this is where you do get excellent value. If you can get your order to over £40 and you enter the code YGTV2024, we'll take all the postage cost off. So everything will get delivered to your house absolutely free of charge.
Very, very exciting. Of course, if anything you want to see, maybe you're looking on the page today across the website. If we've got it out here, we will talk about it. If you want to say hello, send your pictures in. You can email in, comment on Facebook, on the YouTube channel. There's loads of ways, but we love it when you get interactive with us. So, not forgetting YGTV 2024. That's the year as well.
I know.
That's worked out nicely, hasn't it?
Just for this week.
Just for this week, exactly. You can get that in there for free. Can we start right in front of you here, please?
Yeah, I'm very excited about this because I've been looking, I go on my lovely little dog walks and I'm driving around, and obviously I'm always looking at people's gardens and what they've got going on.
Always peeping.
Always peeping, yeah, absolutely. So the thing that's really catching my eye at the moment is Weigela. There's a few different varieties out there. This one I think is stunning because what you've got on here is incredibly dark foliage on here. Now, in here, you'll be able to see, look, there's a little peek of the flowers that you're going to get on here. Now, as this establishes, as this gets bigger and better, what you're going to get is an absolute cloud of these flowers appearing on here. And this contrasting with the gorgeous dark foliage of this particular Weigela is outstanding. I saw exactly this variety on my drive here this morning, and it really did look amazing.
I know we'll come back to it, but just giving you a little heads up of some of the biggest savings we've got on the show right now. 511536. This item also then, if you're new, brings to your attention, it says discount club price.
Yes.
So I can save even more. This is a boring story. But last time I was here a little while ago, I said my mum, I don't know, but my mum shopped with YouGarden, and I do talk to my mum, but like she didn't put two and two together that I'm here sometimes and that she shop. I'm nothing to do with her shopping on YouGarden. She just already shopped here. I was like, oh, you must be part of the club, and she's like, well, I don't know, I might be. She's from Yorkshire. I was like, well, it's £5.
It's £5. Join the club.
She's like, well, I do get sent emails with codes in, so maybe I am. Like, how don't you know, Jean? Anyway, £5 a year, right? We'll get you into that, and you can save at least 10% on tons. We'll talk about it more in the show. Nevertheless, if you want to go nice and early, 511-536. Can we look down in front of us here? Because something very close to your heart.
Very, very close to my heart. All our regulars will know how much I adore Acers, and this one is quite a beauty. This one's called the Phoenix.
Yep.
Now, Acers, I love them. I've got, I don't know how many I've got now, 5 or 6 different types of Acers. I enjoy them because they have a very calming kind of growth to them. They're nice and slow growing as well. So I really love these. And even in bigger gardens, these are great, but particularly in smaller gardens, because they grow nice and slowly, it means that it's not going to be a bully, it's not going to take over.
Okay.
But they do have this gorgeous growth habit to them. They're just very calming. They work really nicely in kind of Oriental style gardens, but they will work beautifully in all styles of gardens as well. You can plant these out into borders. I keep all of mine in pots. Now the reason is, do you know what, if I ever move, I want to take them with me. There's no way I'm leaving my Acers behind.
Yep.
And they work beautifully like that because I can move them around the garden. They're very easy to look after. Both of the plants that we've got in front of us here are winter hardy, so they come with our lifetime guarantee, which is something that I think I haven't found anywhere else that offers this lifetime guarantee.
Nope.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but this really does give you confidence to shop and buy with us, because if this fails to thrive in your garden, even in 10 years' time, you just need to get back in touch with us, our customer services department. Let them know. They will replace it for you free of charge. All you have to do is cover a postage cost for them to send it out to you. They are deciduous. They drop their leaves over the winter, but they still actually look very, very interesting over the winter as well. And this one is actually called the... It's called the Phoenix, but it's a snake's head variety. Ooh. And that's because as it matures, what you get is this lovely patterning that happens on the stalks, on the stems. So, yeah, it looks like a snake skin. So this actually gives extra winter interest, even though it drops its leaves. You can see the gorgeous colours that we've got on here. That beautiful new foliage is coming out, this gorgeous kind of pinky red colour. And then it matures and ages and goes through a variety of shades into those lovely greens that you can see as well. Very easy to look after. A couple of top tips when it comes to Acers. What I would suggest is not to keep them in full sun, particularly the kind of redder varieties. They really don't like to be in a full sun position because they get scorched by the sun, basically. So dappled shade position is the perfect place. They also don't want strong winds, so try not to put it in a very exposed area because they get this, it's called leaf burn. The leaves just start to curl. It doesn't kill it, but it just doesn't look as beautiful. Another tip is Acers do like a slightly ericaceous soil. I'm not saying full ericaceous, slightly ericaceous. I've never planted any of mine in ericaceous, and they're all brilliant, by the way. But so it's not a must-do. If you can, mix in a little bit of ericaceous in there as well.
You mentioned you put yours in pots. Obviously, we've got our world-famous heavy-duty pots on the show. Are the heavy-duty pots big enough to hold an Acer?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the thing is, I probably wouldn't go for the big 30-litre just yet. Not for this size. I think they do like their roots to be a little bit restricted. Not full-on like an agapanthus, but just a little bit restricted. I would only ever go, when I'm potting something on, I would only ever go sort of 5 centimetres larger than the pot that it's already in. So, down here, in actual fact...
This one?
Let's go with the Lavals, because these, I think, would be, I think these would be absolutely perfect for this.
3 or 4?
Yeah, well, there's a good deal on this one.
Okay.
So if you can see on there, look, you can see that the circumference of that isn't too much larger than the pot that it's already in. That would be an absolute perfect size pot for this to go into. The deal you've got on here is that you've got a twin pack, but you can double up on the twin pack. I think that offer is still available. So it's £14.98 for the twin pack, but if you double up, it's $19.99.
Is this one of those double up deals?
Yeah.
Which the code activates for you, right? Okie dokie. So 130595. If you, of course, you can put in anything in them you want to. But $13.48 for 2, or double up for $19.99, which is a normal RRP for 2.
Exactly that. So these work out £5 each, which is really good when you look at the price of pots out there. They are plastic, and I'm a big fan of that. I used to be a pot snob. I never used to buy plastic pots, and that's because, do you know what? They were ugly. These are not ugly. You cannot tell that these are plastic pots, first of all. They are UV stabilised, they are frost resistant, cheaper, nastier plastic pots. They get brittle over time, they crack and they break. These have been designed to last you a long, long time, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And Stu's just updated the details on the screen there, so you can see that double up deal available.
Right, 130595, and by using YGTV 2024, you will then get 10 of your, is it lilies? Yeah, your majestic lilies in there for free. 130595. I can hear how many of you are, thank you, Bex.
Thank you.
How many of you are starting to join us, of course, on the chats, on Facebook, on the YouGarden.com website. You can watch us there. Was it Olwyn?
Olwyn's in, yeah.
Olwyn, good morning, Olwyn. Nicola, loads of you here already. Any questions? You want to say hello? Simon and Alex and Anne, Roger, they're all here.
They're all here.
I love hearing these. I'm not here very often, but I recognise these regular names. And when I'm watching, I watch on Facebook, and you see people commenting all the time. And Stu's very good at replying, saying hi.
He is very, very good. We also have the email address, by the way.
Yes,
if you do want to send us any pictures, because you know how much I'm a fan of spying on other people's gardens. So I'd love to know what's going on in your garden. Dan, you like looking, don't you, as well?
I like looking around the garden, like seeing what furniture you've got.
Yeah.
See what next door neighbours are doing as well. Morning, Craig.
Morning.
Morning, Craig.
Craig's here as well. But yeah, it's ygtv@yougarden.com, is
That's
it? That's
correct,
the email.
yeah.
It's YGT. Or you can send a question there, of course. There's lots of different ways to keep in touch, but we are live this Wednesday. We'd love to hear from you. Have you spied this?
Oh my word, look at this.
Yeah, incredible. Of course,
Isn't
it's such an exciting gift to yourself, isn't it? Or to somebody else. Maybe you're saying thank you to something, but this is a sort of what you want your plants to look like, right? And this is what it looks like right now. Delivered to your door in this condition, looking like this.
Yeah. I mean, when we came in this morning, this was the one that caught my eye over and above, and we've got some amazing plants in here. But check out the glorious display that we have got from the Nova Zembla at the moment. It is looking amazing. We brought these to you a few weeks ago, and they weren't really in bloom yet. If you bought it a few weeks ago, I'm really hoping you've got this gorgeous display as well. This is why we love rhododendrons in our garden, isn't it? I mean, it's an established plant, but it's relatively small at the moment. Look at the display we're already getting here.
Yep.
And this is what you're going to get from this every single year between sort of May and June time. Just the showiest, most gorgeous flowers in your garden, and all on the evergreen foliage as well. So there's always something to look at with this one. Incredibly low maintenance as well. Very, very simple to look after.
It's a sort of thing, like maybe you've been to the shows, maybe you get to go to the shows. Have you just been to the Malvern show? Are you going to go to Chelsea? Are you going to like local shows and things? They look like this, and you can achieve exactly this at home, in the pot, in the ground, whatever you'd rather. All of the plants in the nursery look like this right now. So if you want to achieve this right now, then away we go. 511096. £5 off just by shopping via YouGarden TV. Super exciting and beautiful, isn't it?
They are gorgeous, and if you can see right in the centre of those flowers, they've almost got, and we're going to come to it in a minute, we've got some alstroemeria on the show, but you've almost got these lovely little tiger stripes inside the flower as well. It's not just one uniform colour, you've got real interest going on there. And the size, I mean, just if I put my hand in there, the size of that flower cluster is incredible. You do need ericaceous compost for the rhododendron, by the way. So if you've already got rhododendrons, azaleas, blueberries, those sorts of things growing happily in your borders, and they're really, you know, flowering well and they're lovely and glossy, you've probably got acidic soil already. If you haven't, don't worry. All you need to do is get some ericaceous compost. It's on our website, and then you can plant this into a pot, and it will be the most glorious display for you. This can get quite big if you let it, if you put it in a big enough pot, if you plant it out to a border. Ultimate growth on this, we're probably talking a metre, metre and a half height and spread. Can you imagine that in full bloom at that size?
Wow.
It'll take a while to get there. It'll take a few years. I'm not expecting to get that next year.
So would you potentially, I know we're saying preview, then we get carried away. So I could put that into this now?
I would put that in there now, yeah, absolutely. That would be a great size now.
If I'm purely potting rather than in the ground, of course, then I can always move on to my heavy duties?
Yeah, move on, move up. You know, you'll transplant it as you need to every year, every 2 years. And if you want to get it to that bigger size, then just go into those bigger pots as you see
But
fit.
if I don't want to?
You can restrict the size somewhat. Yeah, you can pretty much restrict the size of any plant you grow if you grow it in a pot.
Okay.
And generally, if you want to keep it the same size, you do still need to do the process of repotting, but what you'll do is just put it back into the same pot.
What a trick.
Well, you just need fresh compost, and sometimes you can trim away sort of about up to 1/3 of the root ball, and then you can put it back into the same pot with the fresh compost, so it gets all the goodness and nutrients, and that'll then help to maintain the size.
I think I'm in a new pot, am I?
No, I'm in the same pot.
That feels like if the kid's hamster dies and you replace it with the exact same hamster. No, it's the same one. It's the same.
Still Hammy. It's fine.
It's different. Still Hammy. It's what my hamster was called.
Oh, mine was Hammy. Hammy the hamster.
Such little imagination between us, isn't there? Your rhododendrons, 511-096 to get hold of yours. Nevertheless, should we go to the favourites table?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's go this way. Why do we call it the favourites table, Bex?
Well, we start off the week with what we think are going to be your absolute favourite. We start off the week with what we think is the favourites, what we love, what we think you are going to love. This gets changed throughout the week. You vote basically with your wallets. Whatever you buy and is the most popular then ends up on this table.
Okay.
What we have opted for this time is full colour. This is all about kind of
about
summer
time.
bedding. This is about the rainbow of summer is here, isn't it? And that is exactly what this table is all about.
Beautiful. So let's crack straight on with our geraniums in front of us. Not forgetting, if you get to £40 or over, free P&P with every single purchase. That's why the offer code is on the screen.
Absolutely.
You'll get those 10 free lily bulbs as well. YGTV 2024. Geraniums Fire Queen.
Yeah. Now, I recently planted these. I got these a little while ago. They were the little plugs I got, and these are not. These are the garden ready plugs. But I had the little ones, and I grew them on in my conservatory, my greenhouse, and then I've planted them out. Stu's got a little video. I'm hoping he'll be able to show it to you. But these are actually the garden ready plugs. The colour that you're going to get from these. I mean, just check out that bright red that you've got there. This is incredible. And you get these lovely flower clusters that rise up above the foliage there. That's exactly it. It looks so amazing. And it flowers for a really long time.
Aren't the leaves interesting too?
Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they?
Like proper lily pads almost,
I know,
aren't
they're really lovely. I like the extra marking that you've got around them.
You get tons back here, don't you? 20
of
plants.
them. Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at those, shall we?
Yeah, go for absolutely.
Garden ready. Oh,
we're attached.
Split pack. There we go. They come in the packs of 10 like that.
Okay.
But these have just been grown on a little bit more. So mine were much smaller when I got them, but these have been grown on so that they are garden ready. These are so ready for you to plant out. You can see that from those roots. Lovely white fibrous root system that we've got on there, and these are going to romp away once you get these planted. I can't believe how quickly everything's growing at the minute. It is amazing.
Great description.
And they are. I mean, there's buds. Look on this one. There's flower buds coming up
all over.
All over the place, and these are going to flower so quickly once you get these planted out. May through to November. That's how long these are going to flower for you. You can get these to come back as well. I mean, most people do tend to grow them as annuals, but you can actually get them to come back next year if you look after them, if you protect them from frost. I've planted mine into our Alhambra pots. Regulars, you'll know these. They're the smaller pots. I've planted 10 of them into those, and I've got them surrounding a larger pot. So I've got that lovely tiered display going on. But you can do what you like with these, really. You can grow these in your borders. You could grow these in pots. You could probably put these into the top of hanging baskets as well, and get that lovely sort of slightly taller bit in the top of the hanging basket. They can get to probably about 30 or 40 centimetres in height, but you get that nice bed of foliage at the bottom, the lovely tall flower spikes with the clusters of flowers at the top, and they'll probably spread by about 30 or 40 centimetres as well. So 20 of those, if you've got a nice long border, can you imagine a line of those going down the front of the border? And red is a really good colour in actual fact for, if you've got like a long garden, If you plant red at the end, that colour, what it does is it tricks your eye and it brings it forward.
Right.
So it makes it feel like the garden is not as deep as it actually is.
How cool is that?
I know, right?
That's very clever. So smart. She's so
Thanks.
smart. I love that idea of the height. Like maybe it's a seated area around like patio furniture, or maybe you're in a wheelchair or whatever it is. Like that's sort of like not to, as you say, like aces can go nuts if you want to. The rhododendrons can if you want them to. I guess these aren't going to, which is a huge plus.
Yeah, totally. So it doesn't matter what sort of size of garden you want. You want some of those more compact items. If you've got a smaller garden, you definitely want some of those more compact items as well. You don't want plants that are going to be bullies and take over all the others. You don't have that with this. It does stay that nice compact size for you. And the bright red colour, I just think a Fire Queen, it's a perfect name. Sean often says, because his mum, she's sight impaired these days and she does struggle, but these bright colours, she can see those.
Yeah.
So this is the sort of thing that he would plant in his mum's garden, because she would be able to sit, in her little seating area and she'd be able to see these ones.
Beautiful, aren't they? Really striking. 15, 28, should be nearly nearly £26. That's where you shop via the TV. 410095 for your geraniums. Let's continue on then. You mentioned, like, even on the pictures, the colour. Oh, go on then, show it. Here we go.
So I did this little video this morning. So this is what I've done with my geranium Fire
Look
Queen.
at this.
So I've got my pot in the back with my tall cypress in. The plants around the bottom, those are lovely trailing lobelias, little white flowers. So they're going to grow and multiply and trail over the edges. And then I'm going to have those gorgeous clusters of the Fire Queen around there as well. One on either side of the doorway. You know how much I hate my door. It's a horrible white UPVC door. But those two displays on either side...
It looks like a little planet. It looks like where Avatar land their spaceships. On the lower level, at the top deck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It looks pretty, doesn't it?
Are they your trainers?
Are they my trainers? No, there's my son's trainers in the background there.
Because you're all pretty hip. They're yours. Nevertheless, right, 410065. All of your item numbers. You haven't got to remember how to spell geranium or anything like that, which is good for me. That item number is on the show page. You can see them all there in the big pictures. That's what you click into your basket after all. Can we talk sherbet lemon mix, please?
Okay, yeah. Well, with the next two items here, what we've got is a kind of designer style of hanging basket displays, or pot displays if you want to. Because what we've done is we've put together the perfect mix, the perfect combination of flowers, sizes, colours, trailing, uprights, what have you, so that you can create the best looking hanging basket displays or pot displays.
Oh, beautiful.
It can be difficult to know what works well together. Like, you might love this plant and you might love that flower, but do they work well? Do they complement? Do they flower at similar times? Is it going to create a gorgeous display? Well, we've taken that hard work out of this for you. What we've put in here, you've got the Bidens, the classic yellow basket plant. We've got the lobelia, which is the Laura deep blue, contrasts perfectly with the yellow. And then you've got the Verbena Samira white, which I just think brings it all together. And it gives you that lovely sherbet lemon mix. Each of the plants is labelled in the mini greenhouse that we bring you.
Okay.
So on the front there is a label there, tells you the names of which ones. There is also a letter of the alphabet next to it. Down there on the pods at the bottom, those are the alphabet letters there, so you know which plant is which. That's handy when you're potting up in your, if you're easy fill hanging baskets, for example. Yeah. Handy to know so that you can, get them evenly spaced in the right spaces in your hanging baskets. What you will then create is a gorgeous, full, rounded display. Some's going to trail over, some's going to be slightly more upright. Love that colour mix, the yellow, the blue, the white. It just melds together harmoniously.
I love the education side of this, because one of the things you just mentioned was what complement each other, what don't take over each other, what really look after each other. There's a brilliant, I think it's a photo on YouGarden's Facebook. I think I saw it on Instagram, might be on Facebook as well, talking about veg and what works together. I don't know if you saw it. Like carrots like potatoes, potatoes don't like radish, whatever. Did you see it? It was really, really clever of what vegetables to plant in the same place and what help each other. It's a bit like that, right? Yeah. So nothing takes over it. There's just loads of information coming your way, basically. Yeah, I mean, these combinations have been sort of trialled and tested by the expert growers, by the people that really sort of know what they're talking about with this, so that you do get that gorgeous display that works well for a really long time over the summer.
June right the way through to October, you'll have these gorgeous flowers. And as I say, it's quite amazing, isn't it, at this time of year, how quickly things grow, how quickly you get those displays. All you need to do is maybe a little bit of deadheading, water and feed regularly over the summer months, and you will get just the most beautiful displays.
So there's your sherbet lemon mix. I feel like then moving on to the next one, kind of a similar story, right, with the Eat and Mess?
Incredibly similar. So yeah, all of that designer kind of displays, everything that's going to work beautifully together, put together by experts that know what they're doing. And I am a big fan of this colour mix. I love the Eat and Mess thing. I said I did a QVC show on Monday. We were talking about Eat and Mess. When I was pregnant with my first child, because I was pregnant over the summer, I was just obsessed with Eat and Mess.
Right.
Eat and Mess. It was the thing I just craved eating. I want cream, I want meringue, I want strawberries. Yeah. My child was in the belly being raised on Eat and Mess.
Lucky boy.
But that's exactly the sort of colour mix that you've got going on with this particular selection. You've got pinks, you've got raspberries, you've got creamy whites included in there as well. It's a really good colour mix. Again, in the mini greenhouse, all labelled so that you know which plant is which. You can marry that up to the letter of the alphabet at the bottom there. Months of colour, again, we're talking right the way through from June, July, August, September, into October as well. Bit of watering, bit of feeding, and you're going to be guaranteed of getting these kinds of displays.
Displays or sprays. But hey, why not? Both. Yeah, I'm with you. That
We've got Calabricoa in here. It's the Calita pink. It's got those lovely kind of pale pink trumpet flowers, and it's got a bright yellow eye in the centre. We've got Petunia, the Pegasus purple, which are those lovely magenta trumpets, and we've also got Verbena in there as well, which are those lovely sort of pink star-shaped flower clusters. Perfectly married together, working really harmoniously. It is about creating. I saw a lovely post. Is it Diana? I think it's Diana on Facebook, and she was posting loads of pictures of all the hanging baskets she's done over the years. And nice. I said to her, "You are a master basket person. Like you just seem to know what to put together."
I black belt in a sensei of baskets.
Exactly. Yeah. I struggle to know what's going to work well together. Like I've done a hanging basket this year. I've got my begonias, and I've got the petunias in there. I put a bit of lobelia in. I have no idea if it's going to work together. I'll wait and see what happens. Cool. But if you want to be guaranteed of getting a beautiful designer display, go for a couple of packs of these.
And you know what? You're saving £8 here. That's only £4 more if you take that saving and contribute it over to the Eat and Mess. So it's like buy one, get one half price. If that's how you shop, that's how I shop. That's how I justify anything to myself, anything at all. Nevertheless, Eat and Mess on the screen, 400759. So bravo if you're getting those together. That does work perfectly in harmony.
It does.
Now, there's been Verbena's been mentioned here and there just for a second in the last two. Now we've got the quartz mix.
Yeah, this one's really, really pretty. Love the quartz mix because you just get, I mean, the colours included within Verbena quartz mix is incredible, isn't it?
Wow.
They're colourful, they're strong, they're easy to grow.
Oh, the actual flowers are coming through on what you're purchasing
already.
too. Look at those.
Yeah, and these are going to flower June through to September again. This is all about those summer displays. These are garden ready as well, so these have been grown on, they're ready for you to plant out. Each plant is going to produce masses of these beautiful clusters of flowers. Now, this particular mix has exceptional resistance to mildew. I know that has been a problem in the past, but these have been bred specifically so that they have resistance to that. Nice and strong, really good root system going on there as well. And once these get established, they can perform incredibly well in sort of hot and drought conditions. And they're also tolerant of the inevitable rain that we get over the summer in the UK as well. They mix perfectly with other summer flowers as well. So petunias, geraniums, busy lizzies. They're an all-round, play nicely together kind of flower for your garden.
Again, you're getting 20 in there, as you can spy. 410077. So your pink, purple, red and white. Saving £9. If you're in the club, the discount club price, another 10% coming off there. 15.28. 410077. The last on our favourites at the Mo is certainly the hardest one for me to pronounce thus far.
Alstroemeria.
Alstroemeria, Indian summer.
Yeah.
I can say that bottom bit.
Indian summer's fine.
Indian summer.
Love Alstroemeria.
Yeah.
I planted 3 Alstroemerias last
They're big,
year.
aren't they?
I cannot wait for the Alstroemeria to come out again.
Look at the size of those roots.
Yeah. Now, these are the jumbo plugs. So these are even bigger than our garden-ready plugs. These have seriously been grown on for you. Check out the size, not just the root structure, but the size of those roots on there. These are very, very ready for you to plant out.
This hasn't skipped leg day, has it, Bex? This is like seriously lower bodies going on here.
I did some exercises this morning. I was telling Dan my legs feel like jelly because I was doing my
I've never heard of
my squats this morning.
Curtsy.
Yeah, the curtsy squat.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, it works. It works this bit of your bum and your inner thigh.
Is it?
Yeah, it's quite good. My legs are like jelly today,
Sounds
basically. But Alstroemeria, so these are hardy. These will come back for you every year as well, which is awesome. I do love a perennial. They're winter hardy down to about -7. So most areas in the country, these are going to be absolutely fine. It's quite a new variety to the UK, thanks to sort of hybrid breeding at one of Holland's leading cut flower Alstroemeria breeders. So what that means is it's going to combine sort of high flower count with the kind of strong and robust garden habit as well. I love the colours that you're getting in there. They're sort of more hot colour schemes with the peaches, the reds, the yellows, the distinctive tiger stripes that you've got in the centre of the flowers as well.
It's quite fruit salady, isn't it?
It is actually, yeah, definitely.
Sweetie fruit salad, whilst we're talking about sherbet lemons, etc.
I like Alstroemeria for being a transitional plant as well. So what we try and do as gardeners is have something in our gardens that looks great, you know, throughout every sort of month, week, season of the year. And what Alstroemeria can do for you is flower all through the summer, but also transition you through from the end of summer into early autumn as well. So when a lot of your summer bedding has started to sort of fade and die down a little bit, your Alstroemeria should keep going into September and into October, so you still get that gorgeous colour in your gardens.
I love the size of those plugs.
They're good, aren't they?
Oh, they're whoppers, aren't they?
They're big.
480-255.
Let me just compare that to the garden ready for you so that you can see the difference. So there's the garden ready of our verbena quartz, and there is the jumbo plug that we've got there. We do a variety of sizes of plug plants. We go right from those little miniature pro plugs into, you know, your standard plugs.
It's all relevant to the plant it is, right?
And then into your jumbos as well.
There we go. Now then, friends, have we got a clip about this one, have we? No.
It's got a little slide. Oh, it was what you were talking about.
Oh, thank you. I saw a little picture lined up. Yeah, this is what I saw on the social media. Yeah. How fun is this? And thank you to YouGarden for putting this together. Potatoes don't like with tomatoes. Potatoes don't like cucumbers. Potatoes and cabbages are friends. Do not plant beans with onions or beets. Isn't that exciting?
It's really exciting. It's about sort of companion planting as well, which is really interesting. Like marigolds, plant those with your tomatoes because it can keep away the nasties and things. You know, there's some really good tips out there that you can find when you're planting certain things. And this is a really awesome
I need one of these for cooking.
List.
This doesn't go with this.
That goes with that.
Stop putting that with that.
No, I like a weird combination.
Do you?
Yeah, I love a weird combo. It's kind of.
What's your best sandwich that's weird?
Oh, I don't know now.
You know, like people like,
I don't know.
Like jam and cheese works really well.
Yeah, it does work well, doesn't it?
Chicken and tuna stew. Oh no.
Oh, I don't fancy that.
But at least your cravings weren't down that.
No.
Not like eating coal.
No, just eating mess. Thank you. Eating mess. Baby wants eating mess.
Baby wants eating mess.
Baby
anyway,
wants eating
gardening
mess.
for beginners, and all of these items like growing your own. There's a huge range of grow your own with YouGarden after all. So bravo everybody who are checking out your baskets previously on those. Quick recap, by the way, not forgetting if your basket P&P wise gets to £40 or over, you will get free P&P, which is hugely exciting. And can you quickly remind me of the Majestic Lily collection, which is your free gift by putting in that offer code at the bottom, right? YGTV 2024.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll get a bag of 10 of these. Now, you're probably going to get them looking very similar to this. They are shooting already. They're not even planted, and they're shooting. They're ready to grow.
That's on its way, isn't it?
They're incredibly eger. Now, I was in the shed with Adam the other day, and we were feeling the top of these. It's like you can feel the bulbous bit up at the top there. So you can feel that?
Yeah.
That's the flower ready. So once you plant these, again, these are going to romp away for you. You will get flowers this year. I planted lilies last year later than you're supposed to. I planted lily bulbs, and I had some beautiful late displays from the lilies. You don't need to worry about these, but these will come back for you every single single year as well. You know, they are perennial. The lilies I planted out last year, they're shooting away, they're coming up, and they will multiply a bit as well over the years too.
You know what, I'm more convinced than, and by the way, they will be in every single order, no matter how much or how little, as long as you put YGTV 2024 in that code. I am more convinced than ever that the seasons have very much shifted.
Yes, there's been a lot of chat about this.
Oh, summer does not start until late, I know this year's even worse, but late August, late April, early May. And I remember September being really hot last year.
Yeah, it's been the same for a few years actually.
Yep.
You know, the summer we used to call it the Indian summer, didn't we? But summer does seem to go right the way through to the end of October now, and that's been the same for the last I don't know, 5 or 6 years at least. So there is a slight change.
Something with your lilies, I think, like so late. Even later, like you'd be really surprised by how much you're going to enjoy a lot of your summer flowers, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
August, September, October, November. Maybe you know a lot more than I do, but just thinking about when I've sat in my shorts in the garden and I remember.
Yeah.
That was September.
I know.
It was the height of summer. Let's continue on, shall we? One of, if not the #1 selling item in the history of YouGarden, the premium professional compost Bex.
Yeah, it is the thing that we sell the most of, and if you think we're a gardening business, we sell hundreds of thousands of plants every single year. This is the item that is most ordered here at YouGarden. I'm going to wax lyrical about this, and you're going to think, what are you talking about? It's just dirt. Some people might, but it is incredibly special dirt. If you don't believe me, please go and check out the reviews on our website. Over the years, we've had thousands of them, thousands of them. Maybe if you're in the chat on Facebook or YouTube, just put a little message in there and ask, our regular viewers,
you know what,
what's so good about this, and they will.
Someone
recommend
recommended it to you at some point. There's nothing better than a recommendation for a
definitely
for a day trip out, for a restaurant, for something that you're gonna like. You know what I mean, like a little ingredient or.
Totally.
Yeah.
If someone personally recommends it to you, you're more likely to give it a go. And I would encourage anybody that's never tried this compost seriously to give this a go, because it can turn you into a green-fingered, amazing gardener just overnight, and that is because it is specially formulated. This is the compost that we use here at the nursery, at our 11-acre nursery. It's just outside the doors there. If we grow anything here, if we pot it on, all of our pre-made hanging baskets, all the roses that we pot on, what we use is this compost, and our head gardener is so happy about this compost. If there was a better one out there, I can promise you that he would be insisting that we use it. Yep. He is so hot on the quality of the plants that we bring here, so he would insist we use it. We use this one because it's got some of the most amazing ingredients. Dan, I know you're picking out the little green balls.
I love it, it's my favourite thing to do. Do you squeeze them now?
No. I know you pop them out. So there's loads of little green balls that you'll see within this compost. Dan's having a lovely time picking all of those out.
You? Come back.
Other way, there you go.
Sorry. I thought that was.
So those little green balls, that is a slow release fertiliser. Now, please don't pop them. What it will do is, over the period of about 5 or 6 months, it will release that feed into the compost for you. That means your plants can get hold of the feed as and when they need it. That's really important. You're still going to do your water-based feed. If you're looking for some, Blooming Fast is amazing. It's on our website. But then being able to get hold of that feed as and when they need it is really, really important. We've got composted wood fibre in here, 50% composted wood fibre. Incredibly well composted. There's no great big lumps and chunks in here. So this is great for no matter what you're growing, even if it's little seedlings that you start off earlier on in the year, or your plug plants, or any of the big items you're planting out. It does smell fresh. This is one of my favourite things about it. When I've bought other composts and you open the bag and you get that horrible dank kind of mildewy smell to it, this never does. It smells glorious, honestly.
Dank is the best word.
Dank.
Oh, that's dank.
It's a horrible word, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very descriptive. You definitely feel what I'm saying.
Language is the best, like rank. That is can be the perfect word for something, can't it?
Yeah, totally. Totally. But you never get that horrible smell from this. It always smells gorgeous. The composted wood fibre gives it this lovely, light, airy texture, which is really important for root growth.
That's a good one.
So you think you're taking a little plug plant and you're planting it in. It's a small plug plant, but it needs room, it needs space for the roots to be able to spread, to be able to reach for their food, for their nutrients, for their moisture. If it's a nice, light, airy texture, they will be able to do that easily. They'll form a nice, strong root base. A strong root base means that you'll have a bigger, better, healthier plant. Above ground, both of these look all right, don't they?
Yep.
Underground, you can massively see the difference. As these plants grow, as they get bigger, which one is going to be bigger?
That, right?
Yeah.
check out that jumbo bulb. That's exactly sort of practicing what you preach.
Absolutely.
Cool,
so when we
crikey.
get the changing, differing weather conditions, we never know what we're going to get. That can stress plants out.
Yep.
If it's got a strong root structure, it's more able to deal with those things. It'll be less stressed.
Now then, if you know, I know loads of you multi-order this anyway. It's 100125. You've already got a big monetary saving. This is the P&P is included. Maybe you're only coming today, or you completely ignore YouGarden, and as in the TV side of things, and you just go on the website and order this, which thousands of you do. Please still put the code in, YGTV 2024, and you'll get those 10 extra bulbs. And it looks like this, right? It's very nondescript. White bags.
Because it's a commercial product. Okay, it's only available via us at YouGarden. It's not available anywhere else. We're not wasting money putting marketing material on the bag. As Stu always says, the value is in the bag, not on the bag.
In the bag, not on.
It is made fresh to be delivered to you. It has not been sat on pallets in bags for months and months on end. We're not trying to hoodwink you with, oh, it's got added this and added that. There's no confusion involved here. For 98% of the plants that you're going to plant, this is the compost that they're going to thank you for planting them in. The Nova Zembla, the rhododendron, blueberries, azaleas, they need an ericaceous compost. That is on the website. Pretty much everything can be planted in those two things, bar a couple of exceptions.
Yep.
This is the compost for you.
So away you go, 100125. We're going to talk about your pictures and your emails in just a second. By all means, get your questions in, or you want to say hello, we'll talk to you guys in just a tick. But of course, you can do it via ygtv@yougarden.com. That's our email address. Karen did that actually. We'll come to that in just a second. Or on Facebook, or of course on our website. Karen sent us this photo previously with the pots we're talking about now are Torinos.
Yeah, now she's updated.
Oh,
Look!
Karen!
It looks so
It
good,
looks like
Karen.
Grecian or Roman, doesn't it?
We were saying when she first sent that original picture, we were like, make sure you send us a picture once you plant these up. She was creating a little herb garden. I know she's labelled some in there, so I know she's got a mixture of plants going on in there. It looks absolutely fantastic. And as those plants, grow and establish, that is going to be one of the most beautiful displays.
Right, hang on, everyone. Hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Wait.
Hang on.
Dan's just seen the price.
The red box on the description, buy one, get two free. I am obsessed with you. You can do whatever you want, of course, but we'd rather, obviously you're going to get freebies by popping in that the code, that you got free P&P. And if your basket is hovering around £36, £37, maybe you don't want to spend another £20. To get to 40, you go for these.
Yeah.
Every single, or even if you're not looking at that and you're doing one thing today and you want to get £10 worth of free bulbs, go for these.
Yeah.
Because it's $3.99. But buy one, get two free. So tell me if I'm wrong, that's what I'm getting for $3.99.
$3.99, that's the usual price.
I put that code in.
If you put the code in YGTV2024, we'll put another 2 of these into your basket for you. And the bulbs, and the pack of bulbs. What Karen will have done is put 3 of those into her basket, and we will have then put 6 of them into her basket for her.
This is what it looks like. So you up the quantities, 1, 2, 3, and then you'll see it appear almost like a refresh. Actually, you'll then get 6 more. There are my free bulbs. And also got... what's that?
It's a special offer on a free case of wine. So you'll get, when you place your order, you'll get this email. It's a voucher that gets emailed to you, and you just pay the postage. If you want to take advantage of that, you can. That's lovely, right?
That's so random.
I know.
Oh, we'd like some free wine, by the way,
yes,
Sarah.
Yes, please, I'll take that.
Yes, there's all sorts of different things I understand, but right now it's wine. How marvellous. 130272. I hope every single basket, whether you're ordering the geraniums, whether it's rhododendron, whatever it is, maybe it's potatoes that you're not going to grow in here, you'll use them at some point.
You'll definitely use these. You saw, if you were watching, the geranium fire queens that I planted around the base of my bigger pots.
Yep.
Now, those were the Alhambra pots, but they're a similar size to this, and these would work beautifully as well. So mine are a round version, basically, of the same as this. They were some. I don't think they've gone, Stu. Stu was saying the Alhambras are on the shelf somewhere, but they're gone. But the mine are just a round version of this. These work perfectly to create that gorgeous tiered display around larger pots, or like Karen's done, on those shelves and things. The square ones actually fill the gaps between round ones better, because if you think you've got 2 round pots here...
Oh, they're closer, aren't they? Go on then.
So if you've got your pots like that and you put the point in between,
there you go.
it actually sits really nicely in and around, and then you get that lovely tiered display going on. I love these, and as Dan was saying, if your order is hovering at, say, £38, you're paying £6.99 postage. If you add just one of these into your basket, you'll pay less and you'll get more.
I mean,
we all like that kind of maths, don't we?
That's my kind of maths.
It's the best kind of maths, right?
I like YouGarden maths, where all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, do you want some wine?
Yes, please.
You can.
I'll have some wine.
Anyway, we've got some more pictures, have we not, team? Here we go. Is it Dingo?
Dingo, yes. Dingo's the turtle sanctuary, right? Yeah,
oh, okay.
Dingo has the Dorset Turtle Sanctuary down in Dorset. I said I want to go and visit, so next time I find myself in Dorset, Dingo, I'll be coming to visit. There's
Where's
a ghost in the
tree?
I can't see it.
What, does it look a little bit, does it look a bit misty? Zooming in.
Is that, I can't see.
It does look a bit ghosty, actually.
There's loads of lilies in the front there, isn't there? Loads of lilies starting to come up. That's looking beautiful, Dingo. Love it.
It is a ghost.
Dan's gone round to have a closer look.
Is it lens flare? I don't know. I like that red
look
sort
how
of little
lush
temple.
that is. Just lush, green. All those flowers are going to... I can't wait to see what that looks like when all those flowers start to pop out.
Dingo, thank you very much. Now then, do you remember this picture from Ian last week?
Is this the Himalayan poppy? Oh, my word.
Ian says now...
Is the flower coming...
Oh, it's sideways.
Lean to the side.
It's growing sideways.
Oh, my word. I love...
Director Stu just had a little breakdown, bless him. He's like, no, it's sideways. Please go the right way round.
We had the Himalayan blue poppy on the show last week. If you do want to get hold of that, you can. I'm sure it's still available. You'd need to use last week's code, which is YGTV1924. But if you type in Himalayan blue poppy and use last week's code, you'd be able to get those. I think it was a double up deal, so you could get 6 plug plants of the Himalayan poppy. It's beautiful.
Do the codes last out of that week?
They last about 3 weeks roughly. If the item is still available, the code will still work, which is why you can always go back and have a look at previous shows.
There we go. Well,
if the show is available, the offer should still be available, basically.
How strong is that?
It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at the colour combination. Like, that is just incredible. I think I want to have a go at these this year. I've never grown these, so I want to have a go. They're stunning.
Ian, love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Everybody else, by all means, keep your pictures coming in or your questions. Just take a snap of YouGarden. We'd love to see. Right, here's a little recap for you, what we've seen in this first hour here at YouGarden for you. And then we've, of course, got even more still to show you. One of the first items we showed you was this, the Florida Minor Black Standard. You can spot their beautiful blooms on the way. This is a tree. 511536. Great savings, should be £40. Everybody saves £10 off. Discount club price, of which you can be in that club, for £5 for the year, $26.99. There we go, that is your stand there. Now then, is it Acer? Yes, it is Acer Phoenix, Bex's all-time favourites in a 1.5 litre pot. You can grow it much bigger if you want to over the years, or not. That is 511003.
That is a great price as well, honestly, because Acers do come normally with a much higher price tag because they're difficult to propagate. They are quite tricky, so they do come with a cost. So at $14.99 for a 1.5 litre pot, that is incredible.
Beautiful, 511003. If you think you recognise the next one, but there's no ressembler to... You know what, there's something there. Do you see what I was working on?
It needs a bit of work, Dan. It needs a bit of work.
Stu, this is your ballpark, mate. You think of that and come up with something. The rhododendron, 511096. That is that one that we were showing you on top of the compost. It's all ready to go. Beautiful blooms. The pictures do not do it justice. 511096. Let's talk Fire Queen. With the geranium side of things, we can. This is one of our favourites / one of your favourites. You've got over £10 off by being in the discount club. £9 if you are not. Still a great saving, but 410065 will bring you 20 of those ready plants, and look at the colour and the zest you're getting with those. $16.98 before your extra discount. Now then, we've got a couple of collectives for you, which is going to give you beautiful complimentary summer bedding plants for your beddings or for your hanging baskets, etc. This is the first one, the Sherbet Lemon, 400762, your item number. Bidens, lobelias and verbenias for $11.99. This is the one where you're saving £8, and I would like to think if you're in the market for this kind of thing and you've got a series of hanging baskets or borders, popping the Eton Mess in that same transaction and put that £8 towards there. Obviously it's completely up to you. That's your Sherbet Lemon Mix, 400762.
You can put those straight into your baskets, by the way. It's now the time to get your hanging baskets done, get your pots done. You can plant these straight out.
400762. The other one, the Eton Mess, is on the same ilk, on the same lines, mixing it together, beautiful complementary colours for you. You can see that. What's the one we're beginning with C, Bex? How do I say that?
Calibrachoa. They're like mini petunias.
Calibrachoa. Verbenias and your petunias. There we go, $10.79. You're saving £8 over there. That's before even your discount. For $10.79, away we go right here. 400759. If you're more into your pinks, this is what you go for. The quartz, which I really love. This sort of like what do I call it? Salad, fruit salad, didn't I? Fruit salad. That reminds me of the Wiggles. Did you all lot used to watch the Wiggles?
Yes.
Big fan. That was my favourite thing about having a child, being able to watch the Wiggles.
Watch all the silly little programmes,
Yeah,
used to love it.
best.
In the Night Garden was my favourite.
Oh, is that scary?
No, I loved it. It's kind of weird, a bit wacky. Quite enjoyed
cool.
it. These will flower all summer long for you as well. These just keep going. Loads and loads of flowers on there, loads of clusters. Work perfectly in borders, in pots, and they play well with other plants as well. So you can mix these in for your summer displays.
Aren't they interesting? There's little pops of white.
Yeah, I love the little. So you've got the individual colour and the bi-colour ones included, and they just meld together, don't they?
410077. The next is the most popular item on the YouGarden website right now. It is.
I knew it.
The hardy
Alstroemeria.
The mega plugs.
Jumbo plugs, absolutely adore these. Lovely, gorgeous, bright coloured flowers. Dark foliage on there as well. I'm a big fan of that because it just highlights the colours even more.
Striking, isn't it? Maybe it's
Really
going to be in the same place as your Eton Mess, in the same place as your Sherbet Lemon Mix. But your Indian Summit is 4802551529. Thank you so much for tuning in live this Wednesday. Maybe you're watching via Facebook, maybe you're watching on YouGarden.com. You can always say hello, just let us know you're watching, what you're up to today, or just say hello. Thank you so much. Bex and Dan here for you. Thank you so much. Of course, you can watch it on YouTube on your smart TV, so we're all in like big colour.
Yeah, it's very easy to do. I don't know how you're watching, but if you've got a smart TV, if you've got apps on your smart TV where you can watch Netflix and BBC iPlayer and things like that, you can get the YouTube one. It's free. It's normally already there. So click on there, search for YouGarden, and then you can just bring it up like you're watching a full, TV show on there. And then you've got your phone or your tablet free to then start placing orders.
Should we watch a clip of exactly that?
Should we see Stu? Because you don't often get to see
Is it Stu in it?
Yeah. So Stu, we always talk about Stu, and he's the genius in the shed outside. He just knows everything tech-wise.
He does.
But it's Stu showing you this.
Here he is.
Hi, I'm Stuart from YouGarden TV, and if you've got a smart television and you're not doing it already, you can probably watch our live shows on YouTube. There's a few ways of doing it. Let me show you how. So, if your TV is a smart TV, it'll have applications like iPlayer, like ITVX, and even if you've never used it before, you can use YouTube. All you have to do is open it up and search for YouGarden. So if you search YouTube using this magnifying glass here and type in YouGarden, it'll take us straight to the YouGarden channel. What you want to look for is that circle. Select that and we'll go straight to the YouGarden channel. And then if we're live, it's the first thing you'll see. Select on that and we're watching YouGarden TV. And if you're familiar with technology, you're slightly more advanced, you may even be able to send your picture straight from your smartphone to your TV. Once we've found the show on our smartphone, all we have to do is tap on the screen and look for that little symbol there. And that will show me if there's a television in my house that I can watch the programme on. Press on that TV and it'll broadcast it straight to my set. And the picture will appear on your big TV. Now, If this is all still a little confusing, or if you're not even sure if your TV can do this, just email us, ygtv@yougarden.com, and we'll do what we can to help you out. Thanks for watching.
That's very good, Stu.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's very
nice
handy.
for you to see Stu, especially for all the regulars that tune in, because I know you often comment and you say hello to Stu, but we don't often get to see him, so it's nice.
Handsome boy, isn't he?
He's got a lovely face.
Lovely face.
Lovely face.
Nevertheless, let's continue on. You can do exactly that, or maybe you just purely watch on your phone. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, whatever you want.
That's where I see you.
It's up to you.
Keeping an eye on Sean's fashion faux pas.
Right up here.
Yeah, absolutely like this.
Is your eyesight getting worse, is it?
Yeah.
As you get older?
Just like that. How many gilets?
No, what happens as you get older, Dan? Once you get to... Are you 40 yet?
Yes.
You did. You turned 40, didn't you?
I did.
As soon as I turned 40, all of a sudden, everything started getting just that bit further away. And it's when you've got to full arm's length and you're like, OK, I have to go to the opticians now. I have to.
Somebody else hold... I have to hold the menu
Can you
for
hold
Dad.
this for me?
What I love is when it goes the other way and you wear glasses. So when your glasses are on, you look at it like this. Glasses come off. For detail. What do you say? What is it?
Growing old is a gift. Not everybody gets to do it.
Absolutely.
Let's just go
Big
with
fan.
that.
Now then, Julia has emailed in saying she's got her first honeyberries.
Julia, congratulations! I posted a picture this morning or yesterday on my Instagram story because I planted baby honeyberries last year, so I knew I was going to have to wait a little while, you know, because they need to mature and establish. I've got one honeyberry growing and I took a picture. It's so exciting, isn't it? It's lovely. Congratulations.
How do I find your Instagram?
It's right there on the bottom of the screen. So I'm Rebecca Bex Edwards on Facebook. I'm also Bex Edwards My Garden on Instagram. And I've joined TikTok recently as well. So I'm Bex Edwards My Garden on TikTok too.
Hey.
TikTok too.
TikTok too. Hey, listen, the last time I was here, we were building up to World Naked Gardening Day.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Which
Did you see it?
I did see it,
Yeah, it was fun. Even Sean did it as well.
Did he?
Even Sean did it. And he was
it.
saying for months, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. And then he did it.
Of course, that's classic Sean. Classic Sean. Overthink
fun.
it, couldn't
It was
possibly. Then he's like, straight away.
Julia, send us a picture of your honeyberry. I want to see it.
On the same milk there for a second. You send us a picture of whatever you want, Julia, whatever you're happy with.
I mean the actual honeyberry. That is not a euphemism.
No, not at all. But thank you for keeping us in the loop. That's what we're all about. Right, chiffon.
Oh, this is an awesome...
Shall we, hibiscus?
Right, this is an awesome collection. We brought you a few of our hibiscus
tall, aren't they?
chiffons. We've got shrubs, we've got standards, we've got all sorts. But what we've got here for you is a collection of 3 of our hibiscus chiffons. Now, these are hardy, first of all. These are not the tender varieties of hibiscus. You can get tender varieties, the ones that need looking after. They need winter protection.
Yeah.
But these are winter hardy. They will have our lifetime guarantee. Wow. I do believe, right up at the top here, we have got flower clusters.
They're on their way.
It feels like we might have some flowers coming from the top of these. But this is the chiffon variety as well. So these are the double flowers. You can get hibiscus that are the single flowers and they are gorgeous, but these have those lovely ruffled centres in them as well.
It's proper like silk, isn't it?
Gorgeous extra interest going on in there. Really exotic looking flowers, but they grow, the hardy varieties grow surprisingly well here in the UK. Each one of these can get quite big if you want to. They can get to 1.5 meters, you know, spread by 1 metre, 1.5 meters as well. So planting these out into a gorgeous sunny border somewhere, and all 3 of these really complementary colours as well, working nicely. They will look beautiful. Now, each flower can be quite big as well. They can get to like 5 inches in diameter. The flowers come on current season's growth. So the only thing you really need to do with these, and probably not for a few years anyway, is you'll prune these probably in springtime, because then you'll get the new growth coming, and then that's where the flowers will come. I would definitely encourage pruning slightly, because then it encourages bigger blooms to come through. If you don't prune, you'll still get flowers, but they'll probably be just that little bit smaller. colour. Another transitional plant here.
Okay.
Because this is flower for you through the summertime, sort of from June onwards, but it's one of those ones that keeps going into October. So again, when some of that colour has disappeared from summer, these are going to keep going for you.
There you are, £10 off today. Details are on the screen for your hibiscus. Now then, at the very top of the show, we said there's something for everybody.
Yes!
This water lily planting kit is exactly that. Maybe you've got some water, maybe you've got a pond, something like that. You can grow your own water lilies.
Yeah. Right, so I mean, I don't have a pond, so I'm not going to stand here and tell you I'm an
Can't do
expert
it.
on you know, pond plants and things like that. But we do have something for
Full
everybody.
kit.
And I know a couple of our viewers do have some beautiful ponds. You've sent us pictures. We know. I think it's Karen, isn't it?
Yeah.
We know that you've got ponds. So maybe this is something that you want to put into your ponds. Now, the beautiful thing about pond plants is that they can have lots of benefits. They can provide cover for fish. You know,
that makes sense.
An empty or a bare pond means that the herons can come in. They can see. I know my mum used to have a pond. The herons will come in and they can see them easily. Having this sort of plant in there means that they've got shade, they've got cover,
point.
they can
Yeah.
hide when necessary. And this is actually the full kit. So in here, you are actually getting everything you need in order to plant this out. We did a collection of pond plants before,
I
where
like that
you've got the
packaging.
plants, but you needed like the basket and the special soil to sink them in. You don't need to worry about that here because you are getting everything you need. It's the complete growing kit. So you're getting the lily, you're getting the basket, and you're getting the top quality aquatic soil and the decorative gravel to go in as well. They flourish well in sort of still water. So the top tip here is you wouldn't put this next to the filter or the fountain because they need that stiller water in order to flourish. What you're going to get on here are these beautiful, showy, vanilla scented, semi-double, pale pink flowers, and they have those lovely golden centres as well. In the first year while it establishes, I believe that you might get some white flowers, but as it matures, those will go to the beautiful pink colour. As I said, they're useful, they're beautiful as well, but their uses are that they sort of give your pond wildlife places to hide. It also helps to reduce like algae blooms and provides oxygen into the water as well. So pond plants aren't just about making your ponds look pretty, it is about the health and well-being of your ponds and the wildlife that live in them.
It feels really tropical, though.
It's gorgeous.
I
love a lily. Water lilies are just so pretty, aren't they?
Absolutely.
They remind me of like kids' stories and things, don't they? You know, with toads jumping from one to the other.
How sweet.
It's probably not real, but yeah, that's what it always makes me
absolutely real,
think
of course they are.
I love it.
Yeah. So if you'd like to give that a whirl, why not? Or maybe it's a gift to someone at 580026. You don't need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's
all
your
the
lily.
instructions, all the stuff you need is completely in that full kit.
It's
cracking
great.
price as well, isn't it?
Love it.
$15.29. Here we go, 580026. Let's continue on though. I love the name of the next one.
Oh, the Helianthus.
Sunbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Sunbelievable.
We love this because, I mean, sunflowers are just an iconic summer flower.
Yep.
We absolutely adore them. They are sunshine in a plant, aren't they? They just make you smile. Now, I've grown, the traditional tall sunflowers in the past. You'll be doing this with Barney at some point. They normally do it at nursery. They'll give you a sunflower seed and they'll go grow it. And there'll be some competition to see who gets the tallest one. It's so much fun.
Absolutely, it's like a rite of passage, isn't it?
It is, it's lovely. But a lot of this, maybe you don't want to grow those big tall ones. Maybe you don't have the space to grow those big tall ones. This one is not going to get stupidly tall like that. It's a nice and compact
It looks part of the picture.
plant.
The real one looks part of the picture, doesn't it?
It does look part of the picture.
There you go, there it is.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Isn't that fab?
So this is going to stay nice and compact. It's going to get to about 60 centimetres by 60 centimetres. So this is a perfect pot plant. Sunny position, you need a sunny position for this. Now this is incredible because you're going to get hundreds, if not thousands of flowers on here over the summer months. This is not just one big flower. This is hundreds of these beautiful sunflowers on here. And there's a little secret to the success of this plant. It's a sterile plant.
Okay.
It cannot produce seed.
Right.
And that is why you are going to get flower after flower after flower. This is why we deadhead plants, okay? Because you deadhead to stop the plant from producing seed. Because once a plant has produced seed, it goes, I've done my job. I can chill. I don't have to do anything else.
I feel that.
I mean, you've had a kid, so that's it. You can sit back now. You don't have to do anything else.
Done it.
Is
that how that works?
No, that's not how that
works.
works.
It is how it works.
But this is exactly what a plant wants to do.
Okay.
It wants to set seed. And if we stop it from setting seed, it goes, oh, I've got to produce flower. I've got to produce another flower and produce another flower.
Right.
And that is why this will give you so many flowers right the way through the summer. It's blooming right now. It's going to just get bigger and better and produce all those flowers right the way through to those first frosts, right the way through to October.
That is the best explanation I've ever heard about white deadheading.
Thank you.
I never really understood it myself.
There you go,
Now
that's
I do.
why.
Very good. So, how beautiful is that? 560-541. That video just then and that picture here, it's almost like out of control. Like, look at all these on the way.
Honestly, and I still haven't asked my mum. I did speak to her the other day and I completely forgot. I'm sure this was the one that she had last year. I'm sure she had 2 of them, one either side of the front door. I remember going to visit and saying, that is amazing, it's beautiful. And it was just flower after flower after flower. It was incredible.
How cool is that? Right, are we off out and about, are we? Or is that next? Did I hear there's some... Oh, we're going here next.
Oh, no, this one.
I heard a story of Sean Ryan out and about a second ago.
No, this is... So this relates to Sean Ryan.
Okay.
Or Teddy, Sean Ryan's cat.
Right, okay. Now, I don't know, I've met Teddy.
Yes.
I don't know the story of.
Okay, so this is Nepeta. This is the Six Hills Giant. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful plant. What you get from this is these lovely kind of lavender flower spikes that come up out of the top of here. And it flowers for a really long time as well, June through to October. But this has an amazing property to it, and that is that cats go nuts for this. This is there's something about it, there's a scent to it that cats absolutely adore.
Is Teddy eating it or just stuffing his face in it?
He's just stuffing his face in it. He loves it. There's just something about this plant.
Like, can't handle it. Can't handle how much I love it.
Cats really enjoy. And when we first brought this to you several months ago, Sean took a pot home and he said he couldn't believe how much Teddy enjoyed this plant. So if you've got cats, this is a wonderful thing for you to plant in the garden because they will really, really enjoy it. Plus, of course, it gives you beautiful flower display.
Yeah.
It's really long flowering, June through to October. It forms clumps, so you can divide those clumps and spread them around your garden. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit, so it's a trialled and tested, proven performer in our gardens. Really low maintenance, just a little bit of a trim after flowering, and then it'll come back for you year after year. Pretty drought tolerant as well, so not one that you need to constantly be watering.
Looks quite lavender-esque,
doesn't it? And wildlife absolutely adore it. It's not just cats, wildlife do love it as well. So bees, butterflies, they will really enjoy this. And we know that we need to invite those pollinators into our gardens. If you are worried about your cat kind of destroying the plant, here's a little tip for you. Stick some...
Get rid of the cat.
Give the cat away.
That's it.
Stick some...
Spikes.
Well, sort of, but not...
Stick some dogs in there. This better be a good tip, Bex. What do you want to say?
Some short canes, stick it in where the plant is, because that'll stop the cat from sort of rolling in it and completely flattening the plant.
Okay.
They'll still get the benefit of it. You will still get the benefit of it. It'll just stop the cat from kind of flattening it.
This is another one a bit like those pots we were talking about there. If your basket's £35, £36, for $4.99, you then get free P&P on your basket, spend £40 or over. But we've got a double up deal, Bex. What does that mean?
So if you put 2 of these into your basket, this is where you get a bit of extra saving if you want multiples of them. So if you put 2 in your basket, what is it, $7.99 for that? So there is a bit of a saving on going for 2 if you want to get those multiples. With a double up deal, you do need to put 2 in your basket, and when you enter the code YGTV2024, that's when you'll see the saving appear in your basket.
Now, we're talking a lot about getting to £40, I know, but if that's not your budget today, for $7.99, we've doubled up. You've used that code to activate the double up, YGTV2024. You will then get a free gift worth $9.99, right?
Yeah, we've brought this before as an item on the shows, £9.99. It is a pack of 10 of our majestic lily bulbs. These are perennial, they'll come back for you for many years. You can have them as gorgeous displays in your borders, in your pots. You can use them as cut flowers. And it is not limited to 1 per customer, it is 1 per order. So if you place 3 orders, you will get 30 lily bulbs delivered to you because you'll get 3 bags.
By popping the code in.
That's all you have to do.
Now, Margaret's just emailed in saying she's got 6 orders on the way.
Nice,
Bravo,
Margaret.
What are in those orders? What are you expecting? Like, break it down
buying?
for us. What are you buying?
What are you buying?
What are you buying, girl? Okay, 560-778, those for the 6 Hills Giants. Right, a little recap of what that basket looks like. For example, the lighter planters I was just talking about there is what, $3.59 by being in the club. That's exactly what they allowed you to do. But as mentioned, if you double up with your 6 Hill Giants, wait a minute, that's $9.98. What haven't I done? We go to our code, right, YGTV2024, apply the code, and then they'll obviously then gives you 2 free pots, and that price goes down to $7.99, and you get the majestic lilies, and then, just for lols, a whole load of wine coming your way as well. I just saw that at the bottom there. Why not? Your total saving is $29.98. Your total order is $18.97. Is that club price as well? Excellent. So if you want to become a club member, of course, you could do 2, saving yourself extra money. It's a £5 spend, but after all, that lasts you for a year. Now, Bex, when I first did this, I didn't quite get why you'd spend £10 over £5. And now I particularly don't get why you would.
Yeah, I still don't.
I know all about it. You definitely
I still don't get it. The 1-year membership, the £10 one, that is a one-off 1-year membership. After the year, your membership will lapse, so it will disappear. So if you want to go for that, that's absolutely fine. But obviously, the better value would be to go for the auto renewal, which means it's £5, and at the end of the 12 months, it will automatically renew. You can cancel that renewal at any point, though. So even if you do just want a 1-year membership, go for the auto renewal and cancel it.
Yep.
Saving yourself a £5 by doing it.
There you go. You get your YouGarden vouchers as well, £20 over the whole year, 4 lots of 5. Loads of exclusive offers. It's not just on the stuff in the potting shed after all. There's lots of furniture and power tools and mowers, machinery, where you can also save money off as well, purely for a £5 spend. It's worth it, isn't it? Anybody can be in that club. Even Jean Bancroft. Jean! Well, I don't know if I'm in the club or not. I do get discounts. That's what she said. So you must know. No. 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 My mum and dad are the most Yorkshire people, and they haven't lived in Yorkshire since 1993. The strongest accent still. That's where I get my accent from. We're continued on, haven't we? We're in front of us now, aren't we, with our verbenas. We continue on.
Verbena bonariensis. I love this one. I'd say that about so many things. I'm so sorry, but I do love this one.
Yeah, good, absolutely.
I'm a big fan of the Verbena bonariensis. It's something that I only learnt about over the last couple of years, but it is absolutely gorgeous for a few different reasons. First of all, it's quite fast growing. So these pots that you've got here, okay, I can tell you this because I planted it myself. I planted it at this size, and within the first year, what I got was plants that were my height.
Okay, wow, what?
That is how quick they will grow. They will, obviously, over the years, they will fill out, they will get denser, they'll get thicker. They self-seed beautifully, so they will spread themselves around your garden, which is absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
But these are tall and willowy. What I would love to be myself.
Which you are, Rebecca.
I wish.
So very willowy.
They do. They create this lovely sort of tall, willowy feel. They also do not create a dense thicket of foliage. So, I like that, Stu. Borders without barriers. That's my garden last year. So I've got my Verbena bonariensis there. But can you see what I mean by tall and willowy? You can look through it. So you are creating this border, but not one that stops you from being able to see through. This is Sean in his garden. Now, what he says about this is that before that verbena was planted there, that edge of that patio was very harsh.
Quite stark, yep.
But what he's done is, you can still see through it, but it's really softened that edge beautifully. Obviously, it rises nice and tall above all of those other flowers that he's got there. So creating a lovely full display, but without being dense. A lot of designers
King
use
of the selfies,
this.
isn't he?
King of the selfies. I love his close-up selfies.
I love his close-up selfies. Sean, who's a good friend of ours, it's like he's never done it before. Am I in? Am I right? Is that me? Oh, is that me? I mean, we're all rubbish at him. He's particularly rubbish.
So a lot of designers use Verbena bonariensis in planting displays because what it can create is, as Stu quite rightly said, a border without a barrier, something that you can still look through and see to the other side of the garden.
Hey, Bex. I'm looking at the two pots in front of us, and the pots are different. Does it matter?
No, it really doesn't.
Just how
One's
they're
just
grown
a
on,
bit
right?
bigger than the other, but they are both in 9cm pots. They're both going to grow beautifully
So
for
the same
you.
plant. In case you wonder, seeing what you get home, you might get 2 squares, you might get 2 circles. Who knows?
Yeah, they're absolutely the same, honestly, and they just grow really well. These have the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit. They also have the badge of Perfect for Pollinators. Woo! Pollinators do enjoy them. Bees and butterflies will be popping around these. They're winter hardy as well, so they die back down over the winter. They don't leave much above ground at all, but I was out in the garden the other day. Mine's popping up. It's already probably 30 centimetres tall.
Yep.
It's going to grow again to my height and be just that little bit thicker and fuller than it was last year as well.
They are the prettiest little
They're
flowers,
gorgeous,
aren't they? There's a red box in the middle of the big white box, double up. There it is, next to Bex. Perfect. YGTV 2024. Not just get the bulb for the second one. You've got to put 2 in your basket, though, right?
You've got to
I've
put
got to
two
put 2
for a
and
double
use the
up.
code.
For a double up, put 2 in.
And you get the second one half price. It's going to be worth it, isn't it? 560169. We're going to continue on after all. I know we go quite quickly. Sometimes this is where we started the whole show. You can see all of your item numbers on the show page on YouGarden.com. That's where you can find everything. You remember the spelling of stuff or what it was called or unbelievable what or X, Y, Z. You just click it into your basket. Beautiful big photographs as well. There we go. The first thing on YouGarden.com, YGTV, watch us live. Oh, that's from back in the day. That's true, there won't be a picture from today because we haven't done it. But nevertheless, so you can see everything we're talking about. There's an awful lot behind us we haven't even been to yet either.
I know.
So there's even more still to come. Not even halfway through the show. Nearly 11:15 already.
I know, time flies, Dan. Time flies when you're here.
That's very kind. Time flies when you come along. Thanks. Introduce it again though, Bex, because a lot of people weren't here at the very top.
Yeah, so this is the Wygela. This is the Florida Minor Black Standard. Now, there's so much to talk about with this. First of all, you've got the standard shape as well.
Yes.
Big fans of what we do here at YouGarden. We do a lot of standards. That is the shape that you're looking at. Nothing standard about it at all. It's very stand out in actual fact. It adds height.
Remember that, remember that. Yep,
that
absolutely.
That just came to me as well. So
a border without boundaries, whatever he just said. You've smashed yours there as well.
What these create in your garden, I think, is well, it's height and it's elegance, you know. Shrubs are beautiful. They're great to put in borders, but if you want a standout plant, if you want a feature plant, I think a standard is absolutely incredible. Stu's showing you the beautiful flowers in there as well, and I've been driving around and walking around and seeing all the Wygelas at the moment. I drove past, I'm sure it's this variety on the way here this morning.
Yes.
It's incredible. You know, once this gets established, the amount of flowers you get on there that then just contrast so beautifully against this darker foliage. We get ranges of green colours in the garden. To have this gorgeous kind of bronzy, darker foliage on there contrasts with the other green foliage in our gardens, but also with that bright pink of the flower that you get on this particular Wygela. It really does make it a standout feature plant for your garden. It's winter hardy, so this is not one that you need to worry about over the winter at all. It'll have our lifetime guarantee on it. It's wildlife friendly as well. Bees and butterflies are probably going to adore this one, and it's super easy to look after. All you're going to really need to do to this is give a little bit of pruning, a little bit of trimming after it's flowered. This is the time it flowers, sort of April, May time. After the flowering, give it a little prune. The lollipop, beautiful shape up at the top here is what it's up to you, but I think that lovely kind of rounded lollipop shape. Just a little bit of gentle pruning around there, and that's going to keep that shape for you.
Yeah, you don't do anything too aggressive, do you, at all?
No,
not
here
and there. Yeah, I'm with you.
And also this colour, you can see, so you've got the lovely sort of lighter green foliage, and then it kind of goes up into this more bronzy coloured foliage up at the top. That adds a really nice bit of interest on there. It comes with the cane in there, and it is attached to that cane. I would suggest you probably keep that in there initially while it's establishing. As this grows and matures, what will happen is that the trunk will get that little bit thicker, so it'll just be that bit stronger to then hold the bit up at the top here. So just keep it in there for a little while, get it nicely established, and then you can remove that. creating standards is quite a skilled process.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of work that goes into this before you even get it home. So it's not something that's, I'll plant it and sell it on. There's a lot of work that goes into creating these. So $29.99 is quite an amazing price.
Worth it, isn't it? And maybe it's going to be the sort of thing that's either side of.
Oh yeah, if you can get a pair of those, ooh.
Away you go. You can right now if you want to. You can completely up to you. Oh, there we go. That pair will then get you free P&P.
What you will want to do, so you can see, look here, you've got some little lateral side shoots coming out.
Do.
And there's a few down at the bottom here. What you want to do is get rid of those. And Adam actually gave me a top tip here.
Yes.
Rather than trimming them off, what you want to do is sort of rub them off like this.
Okay, why's that?
Because what that does is it kind of it
sort of upset it a
burn the
bit.
stem. You destroy the stem so that then you're less likely to get it to grow again.
Yeah, okay.
Whereas if you trim, it just sort of actually encourages it more to
Like when you get a
create those
haircut.
lateral to create those side shoots. So if you can sort of scratch it away, that'll stop it from happening. But that's the only other bit of maintenance you need to do.
I like that tip. Bravo. Thank you, Adam. 511536. Get hold of that. Nicola's off.
Oh, bye, Nicola.
Cheerio, Nicola. Thank you for popping by. Maybe you can come
Thank
back
you.
later. We're live till 1, but of course you can shop afterwards. We'll be back tomorrow as well, won't we? 10 till 1.
10 till 1 tomorrow. And you can always, by the way, Nicola probably knows this because I'm sure she's one of our regular viewers, you can always come back onto YouTube or the YouGarden website. Or even Facebook. Yeah, you're right, Stu. Or even Facebook. You can come back and you can watch shows anytime you like because they are loaded on there, so you can catch anything that you've missed if you want.
I appreciate that. You're saying cheerio. You didn't have to, but you did. I mean, she's gone already, right? We're talking to no one right now. She's gone. You've gone, right?
She might have waited for us to say goodbye.
She's like...
I do that. When I'm watching and I'll be like, right, I've got to go now. And then I wait to see if they...
Absolutely.
If they say goodbye. If they haven't, then I'll go.
It was like that time I told Sean to put the bucket on his head. In that show, I was watching for ages. I think that, like, when you guys email in, I know when you email it like on the same, please read it out. That's why we always do our best to read them out, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely. And you're moving on, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going.
You've already started. You literally started walking. I thought you were like, are we going this way? I know we're going. I know we're going to the Indian summer. I heard.
Stu does it with the cameras when we're taking too long.
And we're
He
off.
just takes a shot, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
okay,
we
let's
got
go
to
chase that around. Here we go.
Now.
Now, these are our jumbos. These are the most popular item on the show thus far. But why? But why if you haven't seen them before?
Why? Because they are beauties.
They are indeed.
So a bit like the Weigela, we've got the gorgeous darker foliage on the Alstroemeria. As these grow and these mature and these establish, you're going to get this lovely kind of darker foliage on the bottom here that then holds some of the most beautiful coloured flowers on the top of them. Lovely, distinctive tiger stripes that you get. Oh, I mean, look at that.
Wow.
That's incredible,
Crikey.
isn't it? So this is a relatively new variety to the UK, and it's all to do with hybrid breeding. What the breeders have done, and it's come from one of Holland's leading cut flower Alstroemeria breeders, what they've done is combined the kind of high flower power count that's used for commercial growers, but with the strong and robust garden habits. You're getting the best of both worlds here, basically. Flame-coloured flowers, the lovely distinctive tiger stripes there, perfectly contrasting against that darker foliage, and a plant that will help you transition through the summer and into autumn. Around June time they start flowering, and they keep going for you right the way through to October once things have started to fade. Easy to grow, low maintenance. You'll cut back the flower stems in autumn time. And I did read this actually.
Oh, yes.
Top tip, if you're going to use these as cut flowers, rather than cutting, I read something that said you should pluck the flowers from here.
Okay.
Which seems counterintuitive to what I've just said, but you pluck the flowers because that actually encourages the rhizome to create more flowers, whereas cutting doesn't do that as much. I don't know. I might give that a go. I've got some Alstroemerias growing. I'm going to give that a go this year and see if that works.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, it stimulates more growth. It doesn't like to be disturbed too much. It doesn't particularly like root disturbance, but you can divide these in spring, so you can spread these around your garden as well. It's winter hardy, so it's hardy, we say, down to about -7, and it doesn't need the absolute sunniest spot in your garden. It needs a bit of sun, but it can cope with part shade.
What's really clever, we didn't speak about this earlier on, like they all come in their little greenhouses, don't they, to be delivered to the address that you give us in the perfect form.
Yes.
Even the jumbos have really clever packaging. I hope you can spy in there, aren't they? Like extra big little encapsulated there. Go for it. You're in. Shut you.
just sits nicely in place.
Yeah.
The idea is that obviously we've got to send these through the post to you, and we've spent a lot of time and money on creating the best packaging for you. So the plastic is fully recyclable. It goes into a cardboard box, which is obviously recyclable as well. All of our packaging is, but that holds it nice and securely into place so that your plugs arrive to you in the best condition. They will have been in the dark for a couple of days, so you do need to obviously give them a bit of attention as soon as you can when you get these delivered. Open the packaging up, put them somewhere nice and light, give them a little bit of a water, and then you're ready to plant them out.
There you go, with the jumbos, and off you go. $16.99, cracking price considering, again, the packaging, how it's grown on here, and away we go. 480255. Lots of you have been in touch. Of course, you can now email the Potting Shed, ygtv@yougarden.com, or of course you can comment as well. Is it Dave been in touch? Dave wanted to give us an update on his garden.
Yes.
Dave, that is the perfect reason to email in. Here we go, Dave.
I'm coming round. I'm coming round.
Dave, Bex is coming round yours.
See the pictures. Oh, I love the shrubs.
Shrug.
Yeah, they definitely look like strawberries. Beautiful strawberry flowers growing on. I wonder what he's got at the back.
Maybe a little bit of spring onion-y?
Don't know. There could be onions. There could be leeks. Don't know. Let us know, Dave. What's growing at the back? Ooh, what that is?
They're sweet.
Oh, I love naming plants.
Go on, come on.
The name of it. It's a.
Is that not what I thought was a bit lavendery?
No, it's not.
There's
that.
something else.
Oh, I planted it last year.
Oh, so it's
Can't
not
remember the name. Anyway, it's beautiful, looking very, very gorgeous there. Oh, you've got some irises going.
We got some alliums.
Alliums.
Today on the show, we've got some alliums coming up, I
Quite
think.
a beautiful colour you've got on those. They're not your standard purples, are they? Oh, wow. No, that's not a Jacob's ladder. That's a that looks like a delphinium, but that's early for a delphinium. It's looking very pretty, though.
Hey, Stu, can we go back one picture?
Yeah, Aquilegia in there for sure.
Now, Bex, do you do the same as Dave? Do you keep your pegs up on the washing line?
No.
Do you not?
No, they
I'm
go
never
in
sure. I always think, like, why am I taking them down just to put them back up again?
It's true. I've got one of those baskets that you can hang on, so as I'm going along the line, I can drag the basket along the line with me, yeah.
They're pretty.
Oh, wow. Look at those.
Dave, thank you
and
so
the allium.
much.
That's a purple sensation for sure. They look beautiful. Yeah, they're on the show if you want some purple sensations, by the way.
A doggo!
And a dog! Yay! I love garden helpers. Dave, what's the dog's name? Oh, and you've got, those are some heavy-duty pots in the background there as well that he's got going on. Wow. That is lush, isn't it? Are they dahlias? They might be dahlias. Very lush.
Dave, this is what we're all about. We really, really appreciate it. Look at those colours.
I mean, look at that. That is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. We bought a lovely dining set, a lion dining set once upon a time. It's under there. Dave with his canes, bit of growing on, supporting.
My table outside just gets covered in flowers as well.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Now, Elaine's set of 3 hibiscus.
Ah, very nice. In those pots that we had a little while ago, the boxwoods. Very nice. Is that? I guess that might be the collection that we're bringing, or maybe there are 3 other varieties, but they're going to be beautiful. Love that. You've got your stones in the top as well. That always helps keep some moisture in.
Black metalwork structure is in the middle.
Ooh, don't know. Oh, it's a bit of fitness equipment she doesn't use anymore. Is that right?
Is that what the email said, or is that you making it up to? Oh. she told us. Oh, there we go. But keep it there anyway.
Very nice. Love seeing your gardens.
Yeah, very, very cool. And you know what? This is the whole beauty of YouGarden, right? Whether you've got space and a lawn, and you've got tables, and you've got...
Salvia. Was it a salvia in that pot? I think it was a salvia. Sorry, the name just came to me.
That's right. Dave?
Anyway,
salvia?
we'll see.
Who knows? Or maybe you've got a little balcony. Maybe it seems going in window boxes. Maybe it's going in the patio and living pots, etc. This is the beauty of it so much. That's why there's so much for different gardens, different varieties, different likes. Here we go.
Gardening for everyone. That is what we bring you at YouGarden. You know, it's the tagline. It's our kind of marketing tagline. But we do 100% believe in it. So if you've got a massive garden, if you've got an allotment, if you've got a balcony, you've got a little patio area, indoor plants as well. We've got a whole section of indoor plants. There really is something for everyone. There's a whole website out there. We select a small amount that we bring you on our YGTV shows, but you can go and shop the entire website. Just always put that code in when you place an order, and you'll get your free free gift included as well.
Absolutely, that free gift changes every single week, as does the code. So right now, every single order, YGTV 2024. Now, Andy in Kettering also sent us some updates. Andy, have you put the I like how he's put like the montage together there.
Oh yeah, he labels them for us. I love that.
We're all coming around now, Andy.
Very nice. He's got his tower pots going. That's what mine are looking like now as well, with the sweet peas in there. Colossus strawberries growing. That's the Ceanothus, a peony up there. Very beautiful. I got some strawberries growing as well. The strawberries are actually starting. I've got loads of flowers and there's some little strawberries starting to form as well. Can't wait to be picking those.
Andy, thank you so much for sharing. We're always interested. Thank you ever so much. We'll continue on and we're going to our quartz mix.
Yeah, so we've got our sort of summer bedding mix going on here. Verbena quartz mix. Love the variety of colour that you're getting included in here. Some lovely single colour, some gorgeous bi-colour ones there. And these are just easy gardening. This is easy colour for you in your garden, right the way through from, now in fact, all the way through to September. They're quite compact, which is great, 25 centimetres. They'll spread by probably about 35 centimetres as well. So lovely compact clusters you're going to get here. They play really nicely with other plants in your garden as well. So, you could mix these. With the Fire Queen geraniums, these would work beautifully. You could put them into hanging baskets as well. You could have these at the top of hanging baskets, maybe mixed in with some busy lizzies and things. They're really, really easy to grow once you get these planted out. They are the garden ready plugs as well, so you don't need to worry. You can get these planted out. They have exceptional resistance to mildew. They're easy, they're trouble free, they're just super, super simple. I'll pull this one out. This is one I pulled out earlier.
Yep.
But yeah, you can see that this is a larger plug, so this is what we mean by garden ready. They come to you in those packs. There you go, so you can see that root structure on there. It's starting to circle around the bottom here, so this is where we do my squeeze and tease. Just give it a little squeeze, tease the roots down slightly. That'll just encourage the roots to grow down into the ground. But you can plant these wherever you want to, as I say, maybe in hanging baskets, maybe in your borders, maybe into your pots. That's how they're going to come to you. Those are actually attached to each other. It might be split or it might be together. 2 packs of 10 you're going to get in those gorgeous, gorgeous colours, and a decent saving on there too.
Absolutely, £9 off. There's even more off for club members, down to $15.28 rather than $25.98. So over £10 off for club members, and anybody can be in that discount club. Pinks, reds, purples and whites. 410077 for the Verbena quartz mix. We're dashing back to the Indian summer because Philip's been in touch.
Has Philip got these?
And he is giving us top tips on Philip's growing Indian summers. So he says, yes, Bex, once the flowers have died back, if you want them cut flowers, pull the full stem from the bottom. Yeah. And that promotes the full growth rather than cutting.
Lovely. I'm glad I'm giving the right advice. Thank you so much. I love getting that. It's all about the community here, you know?
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people who watch. We've got a range of people, brand new gardeners, really experienced gardeners, and it's lovely for you to interact and join in. Love that.
Philip, appreciate that. Thank you ever so much. See, we're very interactive. Send your email in. We'll do our best to say hello and off we go. There's Indian summer. We're just talking quartz. These two together, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe you've got a colour favourite, then go for that one. I think if you can, you go for both of these, right?
Well, it's lovely. The thing is, when it comes to, so if we just talk about hanging baskets, I like to pair. So I like to have the same in my hanging baskets on either side of the door. It might be that you want Eton mess on one side and you want the sherbet lemon on the other. Why not? It's entirely up to you what you want to do. Maybe you've got multiple hanging baskets. I know Sean, for example, he's got loads around the pub that him and his partner have. So I don't know, he does like 10 or 20 or something or other for the pub. So he might do some on that side, some on this side. So maybe you've got multiple hanging baskets. Maybe we're not just talking about hanging baskets. Maybe you want to go for a pair for your hanging baskets, but you want some for pots. These will work beautifully in pots as well. What you get is the perfect combination.
Wall hangers on the side of somewhere,
Exactly, window boxes. You could plant these into window boxes. What it gives you is the perfect mix, the perfect colour combination, the right flowers going together, the mix of sizes and shapes of the flowers as well. And that can be tricky sometimes to know what to put together. Sometimes it's a guess. Sometimes you nail it. Sometimes you get it wrong. It does, it's up to you.
I'm sure there was something pink in there. I planted it, it just gets overtaken or whatever,
But what we've done is we've sort of trialed and tested exactly the right combinations for you so that you have got the right colour mix, you have got the right size of flowers that are working perfectly together. And it's just super easy. We've sort of taken all the hard work out for you. You will get a pack of perfectly complementing flowers that will give you designer-looking displays. You've got Calabricoa, Calita pink in there. That's that sort of pale pink with the yellow eye in the centre. You've got the Petunia, Pegasus purple. Those are those gorgeous magenta trumpets. And you've got Verbena in there, which are the lovely sort of pink star-shaped flower clusters. And they do work harmoniously, don't they? It's eat and mess because obviously you've got those lovely colours of pinks and strawberries and raspberries and creamy colours in there as well. I love this colour combination. You're going to get 12 of those plug plants, all individually labelled within their mini greenhouses. So if you've got 2 hanging baskets, you might want to go for 2 sets of these so that you can get that lovely symmetry on either side. Or you've got several pots you want to plant. You can go for as many of these as you want to so that you can fill all those areas.
You're saving £9.80 by being in the discount club with those. That is for your eat and mess. We'll come back to Sherbet Lemon in just to tick that sort of partner in crime, if you like. Your item number here is 400759. Showing it back to Indian... Was it Indian Summer?
No, Dave's email.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Dave's email.
She's called Faith and she's a rescue from Romania. She's beautiful,
so sweet.
Dave. I'm a big fan. I love dogs.
Faith.
I mean, I love cats too, but I'm a big fan of dogs.
I mean, I could get my phone right now and send a picture of my dog in.
Yeah, you could. Oh,
shall I?
I love Pep.
She's not in the garden, she's at the bottom of the stairs.
Then it doesn't count. It's got to be in the garden. It's got to be a garden dog. You've got loads of pictures of her outdoor.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's got to be an outdoor picture. We're a gardening show. You can't have an indoor one.
You crack on.
Unless you're sat next to an indoor plant.
She's not. You crack on, I'll find one.
All right, you do that then. I will take us on to our sherbet lemon mix. So very similar story to what we were talking about with the eat and mess, okay? So what you're getting in here is the perfect combination. I love the blues, the yellows, the whites included in here. They work so well together, don't they? And you're going to get a pack of 12 of these. They are in there.
Can I not send that picture?
Oh my God, that is cute. Send that picture.
Oh, but she's not in a garden.
She's not in a garden. We'll let you off.
But I'll send that picture.
It's you. Now you can see that some of these are actually already flowering, and once these get planted, honestly, it's going to be incredible how these are going to romp away for you. You've got Bidens included in there. Those are those lovely classic yellow ones. You've got Lobelia in there, the lovely deep blue, which just contrasts so well with the Bidens. And then you've got that Verbena, the Samira white, those lovely kind of clusters. They just sort of marry everything together. And it's, as I say, it's those sizes of flowers as well that give that designer look. It's a quick and easy solution. Very simple. All you need to do is plant them out into whatever location it is, and you can look like a total pro when it comes to your displays.
YGTV.
At YouGarden.com.
You
is the email address.
Garden.
If you want to send us your pictures, if you've got some garden helpers, you can do that. You see that we show all those pictures on screen. We definitely give bonus points for garden helpers.
There's one in the garden, all right?
YGTV at YouGarden.com, and the details are down there on the bottom of the screen. If you do want to go for your sherbet lemon mix, this is the item number you need. It's 400762. You go to YouGarden.com to place your orders, but if you don't like going
I'm nearly there.
If you don't like going on the internet, you can actually place your order via our phone line as well. The details are right down there at the bottom of the screen. 0844 502 0050. Our phone lines are open all week, even on the weekends as well, until 4 o'clock. So all you need to do is tell the operator that you've got an offer code when you speak to them. YGTV 2024. That's how you'll get those savings.
Hold on. Do you want to go see one of your dog?
No, it's fine. Oh. My dog is in the allium video, so if we get to the alliums, you'll see my dog in that one.
Okie dokie.
It's all good.
Have you just covered everything sherbet lemon?
Yes.
Okay, great. Should we continue on to geraniums?
Yeah.
Fire Queen!
Yeah, Geranium Fire Queen. Love these. I've got these planted. These, again, are your garden-ready plugs. So these are going to come in these packs, 2 packs of 20 of them. Grown on that little bit more from the, regular plug size. So that is why we call them garden-ready. They are ready to go out in your garden. Long flowering here, okay? You can see that there are flower, but these are mine, look.
Love this.
Did this little video just this morning. So I've got them planted in our Alhambra pots, those lovely small pots. 5 around each of those pots that you can see there. I've got lobelia in the bottom of there. They're lovely trailing white ones. And then I've got my tall cypress conifers there. They're just, those geranium fire queens, the bright red is so bright, isn't it? And what these form are lovely sort of clusters. They'll spread to about maybe 40 centimetres. They reach about 40 centimetres in height. You get loads and loads of those red clusters on there as well. And they flower for ages, from now right the way through to, I mean, we're going to say October and even into November as well. Zonal leaves that you've got on there, which adds that gorgeous interest because you've got those 2 different colours
really
on there.
interesting.
The scent of a geranium as well, for me, is very triggering in a good way.
It's a real red flag.
I was trying to think of a better way of saying that.
It's really triggering.
It's triggering in a good way. It just takes me to my nan's conservatory because she used to grow these all on the windowsills in the conservatory. Nostalgia, yes, thank you. It's
really
probably a better way than triggering. Sometimes my brain fails me, and I'm all right with it. Yeah, it really takes me back. The smell is so distinctive and really is nostalgic, and it just takes me right back to my nan's place. And she loved her garden.
Really triggering.
She loved it.
Here we go, if you want to get hold of yours. Saving £9 off, even more by being in the discount club. 410065. Phew. Rightio, a couple of more pictures just to recap for you here, the odd item number side of things. We've got even more to show you, stuff we have. We're going to change up the tables. So much more to show you, including alliums, which I think you'll absolutely adore. The hibiscus that we showed you on the other side of the potting shed a second ago, doesn't this look probably, obviously chiffon with the name of it, but really like silky as well, isn't it? Really very pretty, should be £30. It's not today, 511167. It's just under £18 in the discount club. 3 9-centimetre pots there. That water lily kit, how interesting is this? Maybe you've got a pond or water areas. You get the soil, you get the gravel, you get the basket, and of course you'll get water lilies at the end of play. Obviously it looks absolutely beautiful, as Bex was wonderfully explaining. Incredibly good for the health of your pond as well, and also pond life too. 580026. They will start life being white, but as you see over the years, become the pink water lily colour you are seeing right there. $15.29 the discount club. The brown-eyed girl. Unbelievable value here. Lol. 560541. The one in the studio got 1 flower on. You can see you're going to get this full bloom over the months and the years. The best is very much still to come there. Dozens and nay hundreds of sunflowers you are growing at home, but as a controllable height. 560541. The one that Bex has, the one that Sean Ryan has, the 6 Hills. Is this the wrong one? Oh, it's a cat one. It's the cat one, the one where the cat goes nuts. This is it here. I knew there was on the way, there was some height going on. Nevertheless, perfect for the wildlife as well, your 6 Hills giant. 560778, your cats absolutely will adore. And the price point? Maybe you're at £36 just to tip you over to £40 to get free P&P, but you can still double up deals. If you put 2 in your basket, it won't be £10, it'll be $7.99. This is the one, yeah, this is the one I was thinking about. Still part of the purple family there, that's what confused me. Easily done. But nevertheless, there he is, Sean. Open shirt, because he's gardening. 560169 is your item number. A very pretty way to add height, but not too much height, to your borders displays. Maybe to break up a design, maybe to break up a fence. You look at quite a lot. A beautiful view there for Sean, isn't it? 560169. Very easy to grow, but really pretty little petals on there. Another double up deal, so if you wish to get double that but not for double the price, the offer code YGTV2024. You put 2 in your basket, you will then get 2 obviously, but not for double the price, for $14.98. That striking bloom that's ready to go right now is the rhododendron. This is what it looks like right now. A lot of them are growing on and ready to go in the next few months. This is available now looking like this. 511096 comes in a 17-centimetre pot for $13.49. I'm talking discount club prices there. Your item number, 511096. The Indian summer. How striking. I mean, Bex is absolutely in love with these petals and the markings, the shading. It's almost like an animal print, isn't it? Really exotic. 480255. They are the jumbo plugs. The little greenhouses they're delivered in reflect that. They are also recycling unless you want to keep them for whatever reason. 1529 then to get 3 of those to grow them at home. 480255. Really, really pretty those. We continue on though. The great plants, by the way, you'll see them in a couple of minutes' time. The plants, the flowers that Bex has got out right now are insane. Stay tuned live in about 5 minutes' time. You're going to be seeing those. But first up, if you want to get your ebony greys for $13.48, another double up deal, perfect for growing on many of the flowers on the show. 130595. You will not be going wrong for getting these home. And with the compost at the same time. More about compost in just a second. The other pots. The most affordable item on the show, even though you can still use your offer code YGTV 2024. This next item is what, $3.99? Here comes $3.59 by being in the club. So there it is, $3.99. Of course, you're in the discount club, so it's $3.59, 10% off that price. It's not a double up deal, it's buy one, get 2 for free. So you'll buy one, put the code in, and you will see we will then pop another 2. So you haven't got to up your quantities on this one, unless you want to. As you up your quantities, we will keep putting 2 more in, 2 more in, 2 more in for free. 130272. Okay, friends, this is your time right now, of course. You can check out your baskets right now. Of course, you can use this time to send your emails as well. Loads of brand new items on the way for you that we haven't seen yet today. But if you want to grow them in the best possible conditions, here's Sean and head garden Peter talking all about the compost.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, they're slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon the literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be Pete, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
He can't recommend it enough.
Absolutely. I keep saying, don't I? Like, if there were...
Oh, turn it on.
Sorry.
Bex went for a wee.
I went for a wee, and I figure Stu does not want to listen to that, so I switched my mic off.
Even though it's not geographically not far away from him.
So yeah, I do say a lot.
He thought there was a van reversing, beeping away, but it wasn't, was it?
Our head gardener is so much a big fan of that compost. He's obviously had a hand in creating that, and if there was a better one out there, he would insist that we use it, and he doesn't. This is the one that he chooses for us to use.
Look what's coming up.
You love those, don't you?
I think it's mental. I
love them as well. Look at those.
That delivered to your door. You are petrified if you go to a garden centre and it doesn't look like that for a start, and you're going to try and carry them on your knee. They're coming up later in. So they've got eyeballs. Yeah. Okay, good stuff.
Shall we move on to the Selectrum Little Pinky?
Yes. Why not? Here we go. Right. What?
Selectrum.
Selectrum.
Little Pinky, we'll call it. Little Pinky. This is... Stu, I meant to ask, was this one of the ones that was in the head gardener's selection? I feel like it might have been. It should have been. It was Deutzia, yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah?
Well, this would make it into a head gardener's selection, I am 100% sure,
but
because the next one it does, I'll bet you. I'll bet you. I'll bet you. Because what this is going to give you is a perennial plant, first of all, that doesn't need a full sun position. It can cope with a part shady position. But between, and you can see there's flowers appearing on here now, between around June and September time, what you get are these lovely, fuzzy clouds of pink flowers on here that kind of cover this foliage. I think the foliage is super interesting as well. And then those flowers contrast beautifully.
Like little paws.
Months of colour that you get from this, and it's a bit more compact than other varieties of Selectrum out there. About 50 centimetres in height, maybe about 30 centimetres spread on here. Looks delicate, but pretty much indestructible, this one, okay? Because it's winter hardy down to probably -20. You're not going to have to worry too much about this one. You can actually use these as cut flowers as well. They're very long-lasting to use as cut flowers. Very, very easy to grow. As I say, you just get these clouds of this sort of pinky purple flowers above that foliage there. Great for a smaller garden. If you want to keep this in a container somewhere, it'll be a beautiful feature for you all the way through the summer. And if you want to put it into mixed borders, it's going to create gorgeous contrast with other plants that you've got in those borders. It's an all-round sort of top-performing perennial. It is sort of herbaceous. It will die down over the winter, but it comes back for you reliably every year. Very, very easy to grow as well.
Rumour has it hasn't been a double up deal before.
No. And I don't think we've done it in a 9 centimetre pot either. We've done bigger ones, but obviously those bigger ones are going to come at a higher price tag. So, budgets, we've all got them. So if you haven't been able to push to the higher price tag, you can go for this one. And of course, it's going to work beautifully in those smaller gardens as well. Really nicely established though, even that I could feel the roots coming out the bottom. Even though, that's a good point, will it come out? Even though it is in that small pot, this is a beautiful...
Oh, look at those.
Beautifully established plant there. Incredibly strong root system. Again, that one's going to romp away once you get that and plant that out. It's definitely ready to go out into your gardens right now, that one.
Wow. Okay, double up deal then means if you pop 2 in your transaction with the code YGTV 2024, you'll get 2 for £15 rather than 2 for £20.
Lovely. Love that symmetry. In a pot, either side. Great.
561161. This is just the sweetest, cutest, most romantic product I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're
so sweet.
They're very sort of traditional, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dianthus pinks. They're very sort of classic. They work in loads of gardens. Definitely, if you want that kind of country cottage kind of feel on there. These are incredible, and even these little plugs are flowering now. This is the sort of flower power that you get with Dianthus I Love You. They are colour changing as well, so they open this sort of darker pink. They go through to a lighter pink and then through to a white as well. So this is super interesting when you plant these, because obviously you're going to get that mixture of colours happening all on the same plant. So adding that extra bit of interest in there. Masses of fragrant, ruffled, double pink blooms. It has the
Ruffled, great word.
It has the Royal Horticultural Society badge, which says they are perfect for pollinators. Absolutely, you're going to invite those pollinators in. They work great as cut flowers as well, and because you're getting 12 of these plug plants that are going to grow to about 45 by 20 or 30 centimetres, you're going to get loads of these flowers on here. Very, very easy to propagate as well, so you can propagate these by taking little cuttings. They're super simple to do, so you can spread these around your garden. Once you get a set of these, if you do that propagating, which is, as I say, is super simple, you'll never have to buy them again, because you can propagate them so easy. And they're not boring in the winter either. You still have that foliage left on there over the winter months too. So I've got loads of herbaceous things in my borders, and they're great, love them, but I often forget what I've planted where.
What are you?
And then I go and plant something else, and the number of times I've planted over the top of something that is herbaceous, you haven't got that problem with these, because they do leave something above ground.
Nice. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Other people actually label their gardens and have a plan.
No, keep it wild. Who knows? Yeah, who knows what's in there?
My garden is a total surprise, honestly. I walk around sometimes, I'm like, what's that growing? Is it a weed? Is it a flower? Let's leave it another few weeks and see.
That's the beauty of it. I love that. 48068. Now, especially if you forget what you planted somewhere, then you just go out, pop out one evening, and you're like, oh, there you are.
Everyday occurrence for me.
Every day.
Every day in the summer, I'm like, oh,
30,
I forgot I planted
there
that.
you are.
That's
Thank
exciting.
you so much. We'll continue on, though. Osteospermum.
Osteospermum.
Not far off.
They were close. These are awesome, because you might have grown osteospermum in the past, but you've grown the annual varieties of osteospermum.
Okay.
So wonderful, great. You get this gorgeous flower display all summer long, and they really do flower their socks off. But these are the hardy varieties. So these are going to come back for you every single year. Why not go for the hardy varieties?
Yep.
If you fill your garden with summer bedding, and I'm not knocking it, it's great. We all have a bit of summer bedding. But it's a huge cost every year if you're constantly buying summer bedding. Mix some perennials in, still go for your summer bedding, but this makes it really cost effective, doesn't it, in your gardens? You get 6 of these jumbo plugs, 2 of each colour, but you can double up and get 4 of each colour if you want to. They work beautifully together. You're getting the gorgeous colours. One is Senna Sunrise, which is the pale pink. I think that's the one you're looking at there. That has the RHS Perfect for Pollinators badge. You've got Snow Pixie, which is the pure white one with that golden yellow eye. And you've got Tresco Purple, which is that brighter pink one in the middle there as well. They're all going to reach about 30 centimetres in height. A couple of them will spread way more than that as well, probably 60, 90 centimetres, probably 2 or 3 feet. So fill a gorgeous sunny border with these, and these will come back for you every single year. June through to October they will flower for, and they really do flower their socks off. The only tip I'm going to give you is you need to deadhead.
Okay.
I had, mine were the annual variety last year. Beautiful, loved them. And I stopped deadheading for a little while, and they did just sort of, they just didn't give me as many flowers, so I went and gave them a good deadhead, and then it really perked them back up and gave me loads more flowers. So just keep on top of your deadheading, and those will reward you all summer long.
They're proper like fantasy cartoon what a flower should look like. It's really fun.
It's what Adam was saying at the weekend as well. Like if you asked a kid to sit down and draw a flower, that's the flower shape they would draw, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely divine, aren't they? There we go. 480991. You can still double up if you wish. 1169 in the club. Meow.
We're here.
Hi. This blows my mind.
Do you love these?
Yeah, I think they're so striking. Just like that little pom-pom, or big pom-poms on top. Bigger than a tennis ball up there.
I just want to stand that.
It looks like a softball size of it. Absolutely extraordinary. This is why I think you shop, of course there's many reasons, at YouGarden, to get these delivered to your door looking like they look so healthy and well, which clearly they are. They wouldn't be standing up if they weren't. How divine. And I'm getting 3.
Yeah, 3 of these.
14. This is crazy. This is my favourite item on the show.
Yeah, we love the alliums.
I know nothing about nothing. So just purely looking at that, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I now know that's an allium. I knew that before, thanks to YouGarden educating me. But I think it's just amazing.
They are incredible,
aren't they? If I get a present to mum or next door neighbour, take this.
I love them, honestly. So this is mine in my garden last year. There's Otis in the background.
Hello,
There's my
Otis.
garden helper. I did this video because these are incredibly wildlife friendly. The bees have the most wonderful time hopping around here because on that ball you can see there are hundreds of individual sort of star flowers on there, and they're nectar rich. So the bees just have a wonderful time hopping from one to the next to the next. I've got so many videos on my phone of bees hopping around the alliums. They just absolutely love it. You get these gorgeous tall, straight stems, really strong stems as well that stand up to British weather. You know, if it's a bit windy, they don't mind. They can absolutely cope with it because they're really nice and strong. They're very, very sturdy, honestly. Grow up nice and tall as well, very architectural, very Insta-worthy, these. You'll see these in a lot of designer gardens. But they work beautifully mixed in with all your other, you know, even in a cottage garden, this works gorgeously mixed into your mixed borders and things. I said it last week, there's this gorgeous bungalow I passed on the way here and they've nailed it. They have absolutely nailed it. Over the last couple of months I've been watching, looking at their garden. The successional flowering that they've got started off with the snowdrops and then the daffodils popped up and then there was the blue ones, tulips, and now the alliums are out in force and it looks absolutely incredible, honestly. Love these.
Where is this? Will I pass it when I'm driving home?
Maybe.
Maybe, depends where I go.
Depends which way you go.
It does depend where I go. Nevertheless, 14.97 for all 3. Beautiful. 560885C.
I love them. Honestly, they're amazing. And these will come back for you every year as well. So you'll get them now. They flower every year, sort of May and into June time. You can leave these flower heads on. They're really interesting once the flowers have died off because you're still left with this kind of explosion of sort of the spikes of the flowers there. So they look gorgeous even once the flowers have gone. And they come back for you reliably in the next year as well.
If you're thinking, well, these are the best ones, these are for the show, of course you're going to show us these because they're striking, aren't they? We sent Sean out. I said, I have nothing to do with it. These guys sent Sean out to the nursery a week ago to see these live.
Well, guess what's caught my eye? It's hard to miss these. These are the allium purple sensation. And what I love, when you see them all grouped together here on the nursery, it really gives you an idea of the impact that these have en masse. Now, you do get 3 of these, but you may well want to buy more. And obviously, over the years, you'll get more and more. But they are just spectacular. I mean, those flowers that are just coming out right now, they're just wonderful. The purple is so powerful, isn't it? Really, really rich. And I just adore the fact that you get these long, straight stems and they're just this ball of flowers. And actually, on each stem, there are dozens of individual flowers that create this wonderful, wonderful ball. Often used by garden designers. They've been in many actually award-winning gardens when I think about it, but you can see why. I mean, that is just breathtaking, isn't it? And sitting here looking at all of that purple. And you notice with alliums, the leaves are not significant, and don't worry about that. It's very normal for the leaves to die down a little bit as they flower. And what a lot of people do is they underplant their alliums with other plants just so you actually hide the leaves. But what you really want to enjoy is that complete sea of purple. That is magnificent, isn't it? It's made me think I need more of these. So yes, it is the allium purple sensation, and it truly is sensational.
You know what I love about that? Even like that last shot you saw there, the consistency of all of the flowers being grown in their little areas, some really short, some super, like, it's a consistency you want, like, right, because you're shopping for what you see in here or you see on the website.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no better justification than showing it live.
No, it's very true. And I don't know, but I planted a load of allium bulbs last year. Some of them are looking great, but some of them just haven't come through. So they're growing, but they haven't come through as tall and as strong as they have in previous years. I wonder whether the amount of rain, it was very wet, wasn't it? And I wonder whether that has affected them. If you've had bulbs that have been effective, then yeah, you can go for the plants and still get those gorgeous displays. And of course, it'll come back for you next year as well.
Beautiful. To get your alliums.
Is that half price? It is. It's like a half price deal. So my maths here. I think you like it, right?
Yeah.
You're saving half price. So go for 2 sets.
Buy one free.
Might as well, right?
Even better than by being in a discount club.
Yeah, exactly. If your budget was 30 quid, well, it's half price, so you can get 2 lots. Brilliant.
That's exactly how it works. 560-885.
My mum would be like, what are you talking about? Save the money, Rebecca.
So I got myself in this mess. No, it looks absolutely divine. Can we talk rock roses next, please?
Yes, please. We absolutely
Here we
can.
are.
3 gorgeous colours, 3 delightful varieties of the rock roses here. These are tough, they are hardy, they are drought tolerant, they're totally trouble-free. Nectar-rich flowers included on here. And these work in a variety of locations. If you've got a rockery, ooh, yes, rock roses will work beautifully here. They'll get to about 20 centimetres height. So these aren't tall, these are about creating sort of a carpet of colour. They'll spread to about 30 centimetres as well. So dot these around your rockery, gorgeous. If you've got a gravel garden, ooh, yes, very, very nice. But even just as a gap filler in sunny borders, you know, we've all got gaps, doesn't matter how established your garden is, you always find a gap in your garden. Planting a rock rose in there is going to be beautiful because these are going to give you months of colour as well. Once you get these planted, these are going to burst away for you. Normal flowering time will be May through to August, so all summer long these are going to flower for you. And there's very little maintenance you need to do with your rock roses. All you have to do is, after they finish flowering, prune back to about 3 centimetres of the previous year's growth. It's a bit like... it's a bit like lavender for me. Just trim it back to the previous, an inch of the previous year's growth, and then it's just going to romp away again for you next year. Pot these on maybe, and then harden them off before you plant them out. They are plug plants. I don't know. You might want to plant them straight out. You might get away with it, or you might just want to grow them on in a 9 centimetre pot and then put them into their location. We're in the good weather now, so you might be fine planting them out. It's up to you what you want to do with those. But then every year for many years, you're going to get these. Here's how my brain works. Remember those alliums last item? Love it. Yeah. That was 50% off, wasn't it? It was indeed. How much were we saving over there? Do you remember? £15 thereabouts. Let's look on this screen. Where do you see £15 on this screen? Is it a £15 saving? No. Oh, it's a double-up deal. Yeah. Nice. So maybe you can do what you want. It's your money. I think 3 options, right? You save £15. Beautiful. Or you double up, buy one, get one free on the alliums, or you take that same value and double up here for no extra cost compared to your budget of the alliums. Absolutely. Love it. Do what you want. You've got options. This is exactly what it's all about. Or £8.99 for 6 plug plants. Anyway, like you're seeing, right, you could just do that. You could just spend £8.99 and you will still, with the code after all, get your free gift. And these colours are pretty similar family, actually. You'll get your free gift of your majestic lilies, which are worth £9.99 for free. Won't affect your P&P, no nothing, just for saying thank you for shopping with YouGarden. You get those by the offer code on the bottom left screen, YGTV 2024. Lots of different options for you, but I'll come back. I was like, where should I put these things? It doesn't matter. 480-992 for your rock roses. You always get in touch, whether through emails or through Facebook or through YouTube, etc. Should we look at some now? Yeah, let's. Why not? Here we go. Hazel has emailed us. Thank you, Hazel, leaving us pictures of her garden. The email address is on the bottom of the screen, ygtv@yougarden.com. How sweet's that? Oh, that's lovely. I think it might be an azalea. I think it's an azalea rather than a rhododendron. That's gorgeous. Yeah, love it. Thank you, Hazel, for sharing that with us. Oh, Hazel. Are your tulips still looking that good, Hazel? Is that recent? That's amazing if you've taken that picture today. All of my tulips are gone. So, oh, and you've got your geums in there as well. I mean, Hazel are looking fantastic right now. Hazel clearly knows what she's doing, but I saw those wall hangers on the fence could then be a hit and miss. Yeah, definitely.
Could be a lemon sherbet, whatever you think, Hazel.
Yeah, your gems are looking really
Look
nice.
at that.
Look at
wow.
that Acer
That
in
is
the middle there.
beautifully
I like your
maintained.
raised planters and the dark colour as well that you've got, that lovely black colour. It really pops
I
all
like
the
the little
colours
solar
up.
lights and the Acer.
Oh, look, that is a lovely
Oh, look, a table and
seating area
chairs
there, isn't
to
it?
be used as a table and chairs.
That looks so inviting, doesn't it? Just sit there, eating out in the
Yeah,
evenings.
Hazel ain't got her pegs on her dryer. Hazel brings her pegs in.
That looks beautiful.
Hazel, thank you so much.
Oh,
now that's
Pepper.
my dog Pepper.
She's a beauty.
There she. It's outdoors. That's my old back
Well
garden.
done.
But hey, so there she is. There
love
wasn't much
Pepper.
growing on. That was just rented. There was not much growing on. And in a rented house, but we weren't staying for very long. I wasn't going to put anything in the soil.
No.
All going in plants. There you go. There is Pepper. Thank
She's
you,
a
Stu.
beauty.
Julia's got a honeyberry on the way.
Look, there it is. It definitely is a honeyberry. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Julia. Look at that on its way. And some other bits and bobs that she's purchased from us
There's a
as well,
lily
lilies,
coming up there.
etc. Thank you, Julia.
Very
I love all of these
nice.
growing on. Now then, Karen's been back in touch. I like that sort of trellisy stand in the background.
In the
What is
background,
that?
yeah, that's lovely. And I like, so she's got one of those lovely, the swirly thing in the front. That's
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
plant support. I love
Yeah, yeah.
those because you can just feed the
Is that
plants
an
through.
allium?
They do look like alliums, yeah, absolutely.
Karen, love these.
More geums included in there, and I think that's an iris. It must be. Oh, look at her pond.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if she's got a water lily in there. We've got a water lily on today.
You coming in, Karen?
Oh, Fatsia! Lovely.
Fatsia.
Yeah, tulips starting to go over. Mine have all gone, unfortunately. It could be a hibiscus in that pot. Certainly looks a bit
Yeah,
hibiscusy in the foliage.
Oh, Philip.
Oh, what have you got in your veg borders there? They look great.
Philip's
Alliums there.
either got lots of water butts or he's got a lot of dementors at his
I
door.
think he's got a lot of water butt.
Okay.
Dementors. I need to get a water butt.
Oh, man, I gave one away
Did you?
from Baston House.
Never mind. I'll get one.
Maybe you get one
Is that a
for free.
Weigela he's got in there? It looks like a Weigela.
Like
Poppies are looking
poppies,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Philip sent me his pictures of his poppies the other day, and they are beautiful. Love those gorgeous red colour.
Very, very pretty. Philip,
Gardens
thank
are
you so
looking
much.
amazing at the minute, aren't
We
they?
love all these pictures you're sending in and your comments. You're saying hello, whether it's on the Facebook feed, whether it's on our email after all. But we genuinely really, really love seeing
Love
everything.
it.
So that's what it's all about. Thank you ever so much. Right, we're into the last live hour. Of course, you can shop afterwards. Of course, you can watch it again, whatever you wish to do. But as we mentioned, there's tons, if you haven't been watching from the top, tons you've still got to see. Lots behind us as well to bring into play for you. But that whole table you hadn't even seen before, so we always bring as much as possible. We haven't seen this one yet.
Forsythia. Forsythia, yes. I mean, look at the size of this, first of all. This is huge, isn't it? I'm going to see if I can get it out, actually. Let's have a
Get
look.
it out.
Oh, look at the roots on that.
They're happy roots, aren't they? Look
They
at
are
those.
happy. Yeah, this one's potting on. You can see, look, roots are really starting to form around the base here. Just give it a little squeeze, give it a little tease, encourage those roots to come out, and they're going to grow down into the ground. Now, this is the Forsythia Mini Gold, and what you get on here is just the most spectacular golden yellow flower display.
Wow.
Which happens early on in the season. So we've missed the flower display for this year, okay? March, April time this happens, but this is a great time
It's
to
like
get
a
hold
Noel
of this.
Fielding jumper, isn't it?
It is a bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
This is a great time to get hold of this. As gardeners, we do have to plan ahead. It's not all about getting instant results. You've got your summer bedding for that. But get hold of this and plant this out into your borders. What you're doing is then allowing this to really get established over the next months. And then next year, March and April time, what happens on the bare branches is you get these gorgeous yellow flowers. And they go all the way up the stems. Forsythia, I remember in sort of February, March time, actually, I was seeing flowers on here. And it's that dull part of the year before everything's really started to come into bloom. Look at the amount of flowers you get.
Yeah.
And it's on those bare branches. I love a plant that flowers on bare branches. I don't know why, it really talks to me. But this is a nice, compact, low maintenance form of Forsythia as well. So I don't expect this to get to the 6, 8, even 10 feet that forsythias can get to. We are only talking probably about 1.20 m, so about 4 feet on this one. But you've got that lovely kind of erect upwards growth habit to it, and then those beautiful flowers that appear on there, followed by this lush kind of mid-green foliage that lasts all the way through. So if you're putting it into a mixed border, it means that you've got the perfect backdrop for other things to contrast against. But then in sort of, I'm going to say late February into March and April time, this is one of the standout plants in your garden. As I say, before anything else has really come into its own. It can be kept in a pot as well if you want to. It doesn't have to go into a border, but it's a really low maintenance one. Give it a little prune after flowering, and that will, all you're going to do is cut back to maintain the size to a pair of healthy leaf buds, and that'll just encourage new growth to come through.
Rightio, and it's only $8.99. That's it.
Honestly, for a 3-litre pot, look at the size, and honestly, this is indicative of what is on the nursery floor right now. We don't bring you the best one. We don't go, let's show them the best one. We just get one. This is indicative of what you will be receiving. For $9.99 or $8.99 in the club, to get a really well-established, you saw the roots on there, this is going to be so amazing in your garden. Look at those.
That's proper healthy, isn't it? That's what you want your plant to look like when you get it home. 510-998 for the mini gold £5 off. Maybe you're going to order one thing today, you haven't got this yet, you're planning ahead, or whatever the reason.
Exactly.
You just love that picture of the golden element.
Yeah,
of course, absolutely. 510-998. Should we go in front of me here? A little pink clouds on the way.
Yeah, little fluffy clouds.
Yeah. You right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is called Quitsia, and it is called, excuse me, Pink Cloud, and that is because once the flowers appear on here, it is this cloud of some gorgeous, almost trumpet-shaped pink flowers in there. They've got like a darker throat in the centre.
Gorgeous, aren't they? Yeah,
they're really, really pretty, yeah. And these are, I mean, they're just so pretty, and once it's covered in these flowers, it's going to be delightful. It has the Royal Horticultural Society Award of Garden Merit.
Hooray.
What does that mean? The Royal Horticultural Society, who are true experts in growing stuff, they know things, don't they? They take these plants. They know things.
That's what it says on their website. We know things. Can't tell you.
They could.
They
could use that as their tagline. They take these plants and they trial them. They test them. It has to meet a certain level of criteria in order for it to receive this award. And what it means to us is that it's a real proven performer. It's garden worthy. It works well in our UK gardens. Abundance of gorgeous pink flowers on here. Lovely dark green foliage, which gives you that perfect backdrop. Really low maintenance and easy to grow. And also it is tolerant of a range of soils. Excuse me. Again, another one that just after it's finished flowering, so it's in flower now, it'll keep going through sort of June time. Give it a little prune back just to maintain the sort of shape and size of it, and it's just going to keep rewarding you every single year. Quite a long-lived plant, this one.
Beautiful. 511-485. So bravo if you're using this show right now to check out this is exactly what they look like. This one has just been plucked from the nursery, being delivered to your door. 511-485. Rebecca.
Yes. Ooh. I feel like I'm in trouble when you say Rebecca.
Do you?
Rebecca.
Well, you are.
Rebecca Jane.
Rebecca, I can't believe it's you. Yes, this is your free gift. Let's quickly recap for you after all. The code for this week, YG2024, will be the same code tomorrow when we're live 10 till 1 after all. Are these? And I love how they're already on their way.
Yeah.
Our lilies.
Sprouting. Absolutely ready. We haven't even planted them. They're not even in compost.
Could be any of them. That one's on its way as well.
These will so be amazing once you plant these out. Please don't worry that they're sprouting. They will be absolutely fine. I've done this many times.
Oh, even that one. Look at that one.
With lily bulbs. They're sprouting. You plant them. They will take off. They will absolutely romp away for you. The most important thing is that these are absolutely free.
Yep.
So every single purchase that you make, you will get a bag of these bulbs entered into your basket. By entering our code YGTV24, 2024. It's worth £9.99, but they come back for you every year as well. So you'll get years worth of displays from these. If you place multiple orders, you'll get multiple bags, which means you'll have enough for displays outside, but you can even use them as cut flowers indoors as well.
You don't need the item number or the price or anything like that, so it's completely free. Just that code YGTV 2024. It could be the most affordable item, like $3.95 on this show, $3.59, sorry, or it could be the best ever seller.
Best ever, honestly, best ever seller here at YouGarden.
Yeah.
In our previous life on a previous shopping channel, we had
in a previous world,
thousands and thousands of people sent reviews on this. In fact, there was one guy, I don't know if you remember this one, Dan, there was one guy that sent pictures in. And what he did was he did his own little trial, did a little test. He grew the daffodil bulbs. Right, and daffodil bulbs are easy. You can plant them anywhere, they'll grow.
Right.
So the fact that he had this amazing difference by his trial with the daffodil bulbs is incredible. He grew some in the premium professional compost, and then he grew some in something else, another compost, the ground at home, and he put them next he put them next to each other. And honestly, the comparison, I wish we still had that. The comparison between the two was incredible. Grown in this compost, it was just daffodil, 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 loads of them, and then in the other compost, just a few. Just a few. And it's amazing. Honestly, a bit more dank. Roger, Stu's telling me his name was Roger. If you're watching and it was you, if you've still got those pictures, we'd love to have them. Can you send them to us? This is amazing compost for a few reasons. It's packed with amazing ingredients. We've got a slow-release fertiliser. We've got peat in here. It's a reduced peat content. So one of them is sphagnum moss peat. That is renewable. We've got dark and light peat in here as well, but we've reduced the amount of that so that we've still got enough in there to do your plants, good, but we're trying to keep up with those environmental concerns as well. We've got a pH buffer in here. That puts the it puts the alkalinity and the acid levels at just the right point for the majority of your plants to live in, whether it's house plants, whether it's outdoor plants. Certain exceptions, like the Nova Zembla, the rhododendron, that needs to be in ericaceous compost. That's available on our website. But everything else is going to live a really happy life in here. And what we say is seeds through to trees and everything in between you can plant into this compost, and it's going to thank you for it. I know we're sort of past seed sowing season, but if you're sowing seeds, what you need is a lovely light texture, because if it's too compacted, that little seed is going to really struggle to grow through. This lovely light texture means that seeds can live happily in here. It also means that roots can get in there. They've got room to breathe, first of all. They need oxygen, but they can reach and they can get hold of their nutrients, their water, the slow release fertilizer that's included in here. If you are one of the people that's like, any old dirt will do, I'd love you to just do a little bit of research, because it's something I've been reading up a lot on lately, and that is the kind of science behind compost and soil composition. And my son is actually studying it in his science lessons and stuff at the moment. I've been helping him out with... anyway, it's really interesting. It's like going back to school, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this. The science behind it is actually really, really incredible. And one other thing I'd like to just give you a comparison of is... think about what we feed ourselves. It's nice to have a bit of junk every now and then. Of course it is. We all get a McDonald's every now and then. Little sweeties, that's fine. But if we lived on junk, we wouldn't be very healthy, would we? We know this. Mentally, physically, we wouldn't be healthy. We wouldn't grow nice and strong. We don't want to feed our kids junk all the time, because we know they need goodness. We need fruits, we need vegetables, we need our 5 a day. This is your plant's 5 a day.
Perfect.
The end.
That's the end of my TED Talk.
The end.
Very, very good point. So for all of your flowers to have the best possible start in, not just start, but duration, the best life.
The best life.
This is it. 100125. And also another post is included. And those reviews you're talking about, like forgetting about our previous life, like right now. Jack there, very fast delivery. What's it say? Excellent compost. A lot better than Garden Centre. Satisfied. It's from Jack. Okay. Karen, cannot praise them more than the lovely compost. I keep up the excellent work. Jason, 5 stars. David, 5 stars. Always the best. I don't use anything else. 6 stars, actually, from David. Love that. Have we got images, have we? Oh, is that
it's
same
Dave
Dave?
that sent us the pictures.
Ah,
Might be the
Dave's
same guy.
pictures. Also 6 stars from Dave. That was left on May the 14th, just the other day.
Dave without the garden furniture. Look, there's
No
those
photo-
pictures.
There we go. There we go. All of these are in this compost, and even Faith loves. I don't know. I'm just making that review up from Faith.
I'm
loves
sure
the
Faith
compost.
loves the compost.
I imagine so too. Do you want to put words in your mouth there, Faith? 100.
Ruff.
Woof.
I love the compost.
I really love your
The compost is good.
it sounds like you're saying like compass. I will not go anywhere without your compass. North. 1001.
I think we move on.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Now. This is that most affordable item on the show. Is it $3.59?
$3.59 if you're in the club.
$3.59 being in the club for one, which is brilliant anyway. The fact is, you've got the buy one get two for free, and you'll get all of those as well.
Absolutely, you get your free gift. And we were saying you could probably plant your lily bulbs in here. Not all 10, but maybe 3 in each. They could be a home for your lily bulbs this year. That's 9 of them used. You could probably put 4 in one and 3 in the other 2.
Yeah.
To be honest, I just think you should add these in. So these are on clearance, aren't they, Stu? These are our rundown, is what we call, which is basically clearance. Once they're gone, they're gone. We won't be getting these back. That's why they're on such an amazing deal at the moment. I love these little pots. I've got lots of pots. I love container gardening, and I really like these smaller pots for a few different reasons. First of all, you can put them around your bigger pots. You get lovely tiered displays. It doesn't cost much to change these over. So you can change these over multiple times throughout the season, even your winter bedding and things as well. Because they're smaller, it means you haven't got loads of compost, you don't need loads of flowers to get those beautiful displays. They can go in a range of positions. On garden furniture, I had them all over my table in the colder months because we're not using the table, so that was a lovely display when I was looking out of the kitchen window. But you can create tiered displays. If you've got step ladders, I love that display at the moment people are doing, put them on step ladders,
Really
and
lovely.
you can put them all the way down the steps. If you've got steps in your garden, you've got a 2 level garden and you've got steps, you can put these down either side and create that lovely display there. There's loads of things that you can do with these. I've even started putting a few pots into borders. So I've got pots, aces and things like that. I've got some gaps in the borders. I'm just going to put the pot in the border because then it fills that gap for the time being.
Do you do it as
Until I can
aggressively as
choose
that?
what else to put there.
I hope so.
Yes, I do.
Get in there.
Get in
so
that
the last
gap.
one I'm going to talk to you, Torino. 130272. Right. Dash with me, friends.
Coming!
You've gone the wrong way. Come this way.
Excuse me.
Go. Right, we're going to fly through all these. Still plenty more to show you very quickly. This is our favourites table, your favourites table as well. First of all, the Fire Queen.
It sounds like we got it right this week. Stu's telling us we guessed right this week. These are actually the favourites. So unless anything changes drastically, this will be the favourites for the week. We're starting off with the Geranium Fire Queen. Love the Geranium Fire Queen, that bright red colour that you get here that rises up in these gorgeous clusters of flowers atop the zonal leaves of the Geranium Fire Queen is absolutely incredible. These are a great centrepiece for patio containers. They're an excellent centrepiece for hanging baskets as well. They are strong growing, they are vigorous, they are easy to grow, and they're incredibly low maintenance. They are actually quite drought tolerant as well, which is a bit unusual for summer bedding. Summer bedding can often require lots and lots of your attention, but not with not with your Geranium Fire Queens. They do want a decent sunny position, so make sure you put them in a good sunny position. And these
It's all in the detail, isn't it?
It's all in the detail, absolutely.
It's all in the detail.
These are ones that you can actually get to come back next year if you look after them as well and protect them from frost. Most people just grow them as summer bedding, but yeah, you can get them to come back.
There they are, 410065 to get your geraniums. Let's continue on though to our sherbet lemon. I love these two. I'm not an expert in any way, shape or form, but after what you've said, and then you see it and you see the variety and the value, if you can, getting both these together, makes sense.
I love
If
it.
you don't want to, you don't got to. But if you can...
I think because you've got such a different colour combination going on here. So starting off with the sherbet lemon, you've got the blues, the yellows, the whites included in there. Maybe these are for your hanging baskets. Get a couple of packs of these. I mean, it depends on the size of your hanging basket, but yeah, a couple of packs of these and have that lovely symmetry. So you've got the same in both. I say that because I've only got 2 hanging baskets either side of my front door. Maybe you've got loads of hanging baskets. I don't know, but I have them either side of my front door. So I love that symmetry. What you get, excuse me, with this particular collection here is that you've got the perfect colour mix, the perfect combination. You've got the right flowers, the right sizes, the right shapes that all work gorgeously together. And this is the result of trialling and testing by experts that sort of, actually know what they're talking about. It can be really difficult sometimes to know what works well together. Well, you don't have to worry about it because what we've done is take that hard work out for you. You buy a pack of these, you've got the full pack ready to plant out, and you can have designer level displays, whether that's hanging baskets, pots, window boxes. Just take those and plant them into one pot, one window box, one hanging basket, and you're good to go. They are labelled. They do have the labels on the front of the packets. They relate to a letter of the alphabet. The letters of the alphabet are on the bottom here. So you know which one is which that you are planting into which space in your hanging basket, pot, whatever it might be, because obviously you want to get them evenly spaced. So just be careful when you get them home. Sometimes we get a bit excited and take them all out. Well, you're not going to know which one's which. So just open the packet up, put them on a windowsill somewhere, give them a little drink, let them settle for an hour or so, and then you can take these and you can plant them out. You're getting Bidens, you're getting lobelia, and you're getting verbena included in there. And as I say, they are the perfect combination.
So if you absolutely love, as you see there, the yellows, the blues, the purples, etc., that's what you go for. 400762. If you want to do what I would say, and then go, if you agree with that, you go for both. You can always mix them all up and go to town if you want to.
Do you know what? If you want to, everybody gardens differently, and it's entirely
throw them in the air, catch them in your hanging basket.
I love that one.
That one.
Maybe you're going to go for the sherbet lemons for your hanging baskets, but you want some pots to display in as well. You can go for your eat and mess to have those gorgeous pot displays.
Maybe one's your favourite colour, and also maybe you have the one account and you share it with your mum or your dad or your uncle, and you're thinking they would love the eat and mess colours.
Yeah.
There we go. That's
There's somebody I follow on Instagram, actually. I've forgotten his name, but he's the pink garden, basically. So everything he plants in his garden is shades of pinks.
Right.
So it's lovely kind of shades of pink and a bit of purple and stuff in there as well. If you've got a pink theme in your garden, then Eat and Mess is absolutely a good mix for you to go to. We've got Calabricoa, the Calita pink. Those pale pink ones with a slightly darker centre, and then it's got a yellow eye in it as well. You've got the Petunia Pegasus purple, which are those really big kind of magenta trumpets there. And then the really interesting ones, which I think they're the most interesting, are the verbenas, which are the kind of pink star-shaped flower clusters included, working harmoniously, giving you the designer-style combinations, hand-picked, trialled and tested so that they blend harmoniously. You can look like a pro and you can be the envy of your neighbours. Everyone knows, don't they, in the street, whatever street you live in, there is a secret competition, isn't there? Nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it, but there's a secret competition as to who can have the best hanging baskets.
What are they up to?
Everyone's having a little look, aren't they?
What's in their borders?
Who's got the best one?
The dog walk goes to the left, to the right, because you want to go past their house. Come on, dog. Haven't even got a dog. There's nothing
We're
down
going
there.
this way, just
you
so
just
I
buy a
can
lead.
see.
Come on, you.
You're going to win that secret competition if you go for the trialled and tested combinations.
There's the mess side of things, 400759 if you want to get hold of that. Nevertheless, we've got another option here, the Verbena Quartz.
Verbena Quartz mix. Look, there's flowers on these
They're
already.
on their way.
Oh, these are going to be so good. 20 garden-ready plants. I'm going to take out a different one. I took the purple one out before. Let's go right down to the bottom. I'm going to take out that pink one there because I want to show you that they are all absolute incredibly well grown on. So garden-ready plants are exactly that. They are ready for you to plant in your garden. You don't need to worry too much about these. We're staying here until it focuses. There we
go. Wow.
You don't need to worry about these. I'm pretty sure you can plant these out no matter where you are, and these are going to be absolutely fine. Huge saving on there, £9 saving, but 20 of those garden-ready plugs. They grow to about 25 centimetres in height. They'll spread by at least that, if not a little bit more. Colourful, strong, easy to grow summer bedding. Nice and compact sort of spreading habit to them, so really good for the front of your sunny borders or for filling pots. You could put these in the middle middle of baskets as well. Each plant is going to produce masses and masses of these flowers right the way from now all the way through to September, probably into October as well. And if I haven't said enough, these perform really well in sort of hot and drought conditions, plus they are tolerant of the the rainy weather that we get. We never know what kind of summer we're going to get. Maybe it's going to be really rainy. Maybe it's going to be hot and dry. We don't know.
I heard from a guy called Andy.
Right.
He said that those, remember when it was summer a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 days.
What, that's it?
No, not at all. That the ground, earth, has warmed up. And now it's rained again. This is going to make everything explode.
Absolutely.
Absolutely explode.
I said this earlier, didn't I?
And it's going to be, I know it's going to be a bit rainy maybe for the next 4 or 5 days, and then it's going to be warm. It's like the perfect microclimate.
It's the perfect storm. It is the perfect storm, honestly, because we had that glorious hot weather. Now the rain's come down. It's going to really set everything going. Things are going to grow crazy over the next few days.
And Andy knows. I don't know what he does.
Who's Andy?
The guy at the gym.
Just a...
Yeah.
A guy at the gym.
A guy at the gym.
He knows.
He's a lovely chap. He's retired. He sits in the gym for about 4 hours, chats to everybody, the most social man in the world. Yeah, it's a great... He doesn't, that's his thing in the day. That's his social time in the day.
Oh, that's nice.
He does gardening and looks after his grandkids and stuff, but that's where he goes to chat to people. He works out his way. He's in cracking shape, but nevertheless. So, yeah, he was like, I've got it, not a problem. The ground's hot, the ground's warm. Away I go. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely.
He's got loads of conspiracy theories as well, which are just the most wonderful things.
If he's a gardener, did you tell him about YouGarden? Did you say, I'm going to be at YouGarden tomorrow, tune in?
I don't think I knew when I last saw him that I was in today.
You tell him next time.
Yeah, I'll tell him next time. Yeah, absolutely. Like right now, he'll still be there.
He'll still be in the gym. All right, no point telling him then.
No, forget it, Andy, forget it. Anyway, that was All Things Quartz. This is the most popular, and thank you for joining. We've only got like half an hour left on the live show. Of course, you can still watch it afterwards. Thank you for emailing in and saying hi on Facebook, on the website, of course, as well. If you're just joining us now thinking, oh gosh, yeah, I've missed a bit, you can come and go as you please. This is the most popular, maybe it's a price point, maybe it's a jumbo plugs, maybe it's just the uniqueness of how it looks.
I think it is the uniqueness. I think it's the beauty of it.
Is that a word, uniqueness?
We make up words all the time here. The fact that these are winter hardy, probably down to about -7 as well. They'll come back for you. They're incredibly showy flowers, the lovely colours that you're getting, the kind of hot colour scheme, but it's the bed of the dark foliage colours that you've got against these as well, which really makes those flowers stand out. Beautiful peaches, reds, oranges, almost fiery colours, and then those distinctive tiger stripes in there as well. Alstroemeria are a gardener's favourite, I think. I planted 3 of them last year. Can't wait to see those come back. And they flower for a good time as well. June, July, August, September into October. A really good kind of transitional plant. Once all the summer bedding's starting to fade, Alstroemeria are still going to be going for you as well. And these are a beautiful newer variety. They've been bred specifically to have the best of all the different worlds of the cut flower displays, but also to be able to give you that kind of strong, sturdy, strong, robust growth habit in our gardens. They're beautiful, and that for me, that's the picture. Gorgeous bright flowers, dark bed of foliage, absolutely standing out.
Now then, our friend Elaine has been growing these.
Yes, Elaine.
Hi, Elaine.
Wow. Okay, yeah, you can see that kind of darker coloured foliage coming through there, can't you? That's going to be amazing. Can you see any flower buds coming on there yet?
Let's have a look.
I'd like to think they're starting to come up. The flowers will be coming soon.
I think you can see in the middle down here.
Yeah, there's definitely some buds coming up on there. That's going to be incredible, Elaine. You're going to have to send us pictures later on in the season so that we can see what those look like.
If you want to do as we do, as Elaine has done, 480-255. But it's really exotic, quite fantastical.
It is exotic, isn't it?
Isn't it? They sort of like, that was like a camouflage, animal
it's like tiger
print.
stripes.
Tiger stripes.
Tiger stripes.
And this is sort of making the point what a jumbo plug looks like.
Yeah. So that's the jumbo plug. This one is a regular size plug. So that's the sort of difference between the two. And this one is our garden ready plug. Yeah. So just so you can see a sort of size comparison.
But all the bedding, sorry, the packaging they arrive in is all very much to size? Is
Yeah,
it like
it's
the one thing
specific.
that you're either rattling around in or squished into?
No, for sure. So this is the packaging for the jumbo plug. So you can see that those are the perfect size for those jumbo plugs to sit in. It holds them in place really nice and sturdy. That is then put into a cardboard box as well to be delivered out to you, held nice and securely. All of the packaging is fully recyclable as well, by the way, so that can go into your recycling. But by having that packaging, it just means that they arrive to you in the best condition.
Here we go, 480255. That's your Indian summer. More emails, why not? Absolutely.
Why not?
YGTV@yougarden.com. Now, Dave, not only did we meet Dave's dog and Dave's garden, who else are we meeting? Dave's got his first crop of honeyberries.
Oh my word, you've got loads there. That's
Wow.
incredible. Look at those. I can't wait to try a honeyberry. I've been
We
talking
were
about
only
it for
showing
such a long
these
time.
last month.
Yeah, that's amazing that you've got a crop, because I feel like that's a bit early, but that's incredible, Dave. Well done.
Like that.
Like that.
Very good, Dave.
I'm going to get my one. I'm going to relish that one honeyberry this
Yeah,
year. Next year, I'm going to get loads.
Yeah.
Because I got baby plants, and I got them last year, and they were proper diddy ones. And I knew I was going to have to wait a while.
Yeah.
You know, you. What was it? The saying with gardening, you plant like you're going to live for 20 years or something or other.
Good one, Bex.
It's really good. I should make those up. Live like you'll die tomorrow. Garden like you'll live forever.
That's
Thank
more
you,
like
Stu.
God, seriously. You know what I always say? Fool me once, more fool. You fool me twice, you're a fool two in the bush. That's what I always say.
Sorry. I'm actually blushing there.
That's great.
Yes.
I'm always saying that. Always. Oh, God, I lose count how many times a day I say that. Say what? I've no idea.
It makes sense in my head, all right?
What was it again?
I don't know, plant like you live forever.
Yeah! Done.
The end.
The end.
Yeah, so I
fun.
knew I knew I'd have to wait a long time to get my honeyberry crops, but this
You have
year
to wait a long time for you to get the end of that sentence. That's what we were doing.
Should we
Yes.
move on?
Shall I do a review?
Yeah.
Okay, the Forsythian. Here we go, on its way. How they let us on? You know the yellow one? Here we go. That looks like a lovely, lovely jumper or some beautiful blooming trousers. These are they. 510998 is your item number in a 3-litre pot, only $8.99. So well done everybody getting hold of the Forsythia. 510998. That can also use the offer code YGTV 2024, bottom left of the screen, and get you 10 free majestic lily bulbs. And then it activates any sort of double ups we're talking about as well. We continue on to the pink cloud. These are really, really pretty little shrub, this, isn't it? They are so dinky, really, really pretty. $13.49 if you're in the discount club, which anyone can be. 511485 to get hold of yours. This one's arriving in a 3-litre pot. A lot of you are asking about that water lily kit. I don't blame you at all. Have you got a pond or any sort of outside water? How fun is this to grow? It could be a project with the younger ones, could be for yourself. You get the basket that lives underwater, the aquatic soil, the decorative gravel as well. It'll start blooming to be white and then we'll move to this really pretty pink colour. 580026. Looks great. Great for the health of the water, great for the wildlife in and around the water too, as camouflage, as shade, etc. Somewhere to hide, but really, really striking. 580026. You little pinkies. Here we go for you. We haven't done it in a 9cm pot before, so this is a smaller pot, therefore a smaller price point, and hasn't been a double up deal before either, so it's $8.99 for one, or if you pop 2 in your basket and use the code YGTV 2024, you'll get 2 for $14.98. That is the second one for half price. Up to you though. 561161. My fave, those striking 3 alliums that are 50% off. This is what our garden looks like right now. This is our nursery just outside these doors. They are so universal size-wise, so you know exactly what you're getting home, but they are striking, ready to go right now. 3 pots, half price. If that means you're going to double up and get 6 of them for the usual RRP, completely get that. If not, you're thinking, nope, I'm going to take advantage of 560885. The rock roses were really interesting. What Bex was saying about filling your garden, maybe for rockeries, etc. It's another double up deal, by the way. So you've got the red box on there. So 2 of each colour. 3 colours. 480992. They are coordinated and labelled up on the box, in the little greenhouses delivered to your door. So if you want to be specific where your colours are going, you can be, or not. Only $8.99 today for the club price, or 2 for $14.98. Now, the standard, which will then stand out, not my words, Bex_my garden said that. Here they are, 511536, approximately half a centimetre, half a metre tall in a 19 centimetre pot, and you've got £10 off. A lovely tree, this. 511536 to get hold of the Florida Black. Now then, we're coming back to this in just a second, but the brown-eyed girl is proving hugely popular. 560541. I'll tell you what now, we're going to give you a quick window, of course, to check out your baskets. You can do it after the show as well, of course you can. But much like the alliums, when Sean was out and about and the team walking to the alliums, they stumbled across these. We'll show you live later on in this show, but nevertheless, if you want the idea of what they look like as we're growing them on just a week or so ago, 560541 will bring you these unbelievable brown-eyed girls.
Well, I was just walking around the gorgeous nursery and I came across these. These are the Helianthus, known as the Sunbelievable brown-eyed girl. And I've just done a little count. Each shelf has about 20, and there's 4 shelves, so 80 on a trolley, and I've counted over 30 trolleys. So there must be 2,500 of these waiting to find a home right now, and they're absolutely stunning. And I love to see the quality, because as I look along the shelf, every one of these is pretty much identical. So they're all really big, healthy plants in the 3-litre pots. They're all covered in flowers. I'll be honest, those in the premium position, top shelf, they're all coming out in flower. These ones down here a little bit further behind, but I promise you, whichever one you get, it will be really well established. And this is the sunflower that keeps on flowering. Most sunflowers that I've ever grown, you get the flowers and then they start to produce seeds, they go over, and that's it. This will produce potentially hundreds of flowers all summer long. The reason being, it's a sterile plant, so it doesn't produce seeds, so it just keeps flowering and flowering and flowering. It's absolutely glorious. And if you'd like one of the 2,500, a lot of plants, isn't it? But don't forget to place your order, because I know you're going to love it. And it is unbelievable, and it's called Sunbelievable.
So was that a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
Last week, was it? Getting bigger, aren't they? Getting bigger, aren't they? That's how it works. What's that, tickled you?
I don't know what.
Here it is.
They are going to grow so quickly. This is the beautiful thing about these, because they will arrive to you in bud, in flower, and they're just going to keep going. About 60 by 60 centimetres, couple of feet by couple of feet. Perfect pot plant. If you can go for 2, and I highly recommend it, because it's basically a half-price deal. So why not just get 2 of these and have one of them either side of your front door, your seating area? They're going to flower their socks off for so long. Honestly, they're in
tons in there, aren't there?
From now right the way through to those frosts into October time. And the reason it flowers so prolifically is that this is a sterile plant. It's been bred so that it cannot set seed, which means that it's basically a frustrated plant. All a plant wants to do is set seeds. That is its entire purpose in life, is to seed about and spread.
Seed about.
This can't do that, so then it's like, oh, I need to produce another flower, and oh, I need to do it again, and I need to do it again. That is the secret to success here. This is why you're going to get hundreds, if not thousands, of flowers from this. There's a little bit on the website that says our grower counted how many flowers and got to 1,000 by July, and then basically gave
It was like,
up.
forget it.
Oh God, you get
There aren't any more numbers. I've completed numbers.
I'm done with numbers.
Yeah, you would be, wouldn't you?
So many flowers.
But still controllable. Like
Yeah,
not
oh, totally.
over the ceiling and anything like that.
No, absolutely. It stays nice and compact. What you're going to do with this is get so many flowers from here. You will have a constant changeover of beautiful cut flower displays in your home.
Yep.
But it's not going to destroy the plant outside, because as soon as you cut some, it's just going to go, oh, all right, I'll give you another one.
There's more room
I'll give
for
you
me.
another one and another one. So every week you can change over a beautiful sunflower display in your home.
I love the leaves on there. They're massive.
they're really lush, aren't they?
Oh,
Lovely
feel a bit
crinkled.
crinkled, yeah. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, I know
I
you can. Of course you can. Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
I can. Can you at home?
Oh, forget about them at home. Like, as long as you can hear it. That's funny. Right, 560541. They are available for you right now. We're continuing that way.
I think we are, yeah.
Go on then, for our chiffons. I love the obviously, but like the actual flower here is really striking, beautifully named.
Yeah, I love hibiscus flowers. I planted my first hibiscus last year, actually, and I'm really excited about it coming out because these are incredibly exotic-looking flowers. These are the kind of flowers that you would expect some exotic-looking, beautiful woman to have sort of tucked behind her ear
just
whilst
like you,
doing some
Rebecca.
kind of exotic dance.
I see. That's an exotic dance, is it?
That's my idea of an exotic dance.
Like that.
They're so
Yeah, a tropical dance and
exotic.
exotic dance are very different things.
You would imagine in one of those leis to be made fully out of hibiscus flowers, but these are actually hardy hibiscus. There are tender varieties out there. These are hardy. You can grow these successfully here in the UK. They're winter hardy down to probably -10.
Wow.
These are the chiffon varieties as well. So what you've got are those lovely double ruffled flowers. That colour is incredible, isn't it? That one is beautiful, but you're getting 3 of them included in here. They can grow to 1.5 metre height, probably at least 1 metre, 1.5 metre spread as well. They grow in a really nice shape as well. It almost forms like shall I spit my words out?
What are you thinking?
It creates a lovely sort of goblet shape naturally.
Right.
So it grows in a really nice, neat shrub shape anyway. You might need to do a tiny bit of pruning, anything crossing, any branches crossing, prune those, but it's very, very simple to look after.
Like a really deep red.
I know.
Right at the heart of it.
Yeah. That's why they're so interesting, and they just give you so much to look at. And of course, because you've got that chiffon, you've got that extra ruffle included in the centre there, it's even more to look at. What you're going to do is prune back to 2 or 3 buds, and that will help to encourage larger buds to come through. They flower on the current season's growth, so what you do is you prune that back probably in springtime, and then obviously the new growth will encourage those bigger blooms. If you don't prune, you'll still get flowers, they just might be that little bit smaller. Nice big blooms though, you can get these up to 5 inches in diameter.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Bravo. 511167, your item number. All this tropical dancing we've been doing. Let's continue. There we go. That's what they do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Neither have I.
I'd love to.
Would you like to go?
Yes, please. Are you inviting me? Are you paying?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, that you get the view of, right, what you imagine like Maui and things like to look like, when actually I think it's probably like quite city-esque and built up now.
Maybe. Probably.
You know, I don't know, I haven't been.
In my mind, it's this beautiful,
Yeah, which I'm
wonderful,
sure the
warm,
resorts are. Of course it is.
place.
Of course it is. Have you been? Got a
One
picture?
day, when the kids are grown up.
We've got rid of them.
Once I get rid
Not
of
far
them.
off. You're not far off booting yours out.
Oh, it feels like ages.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing it away. Osteospermums next.
Don't wish it away.
Again, another one that is a hardy variety here, okay, because you can get the annuals and they are fantastic. Absolutely adore them. But these are going to come back for you every year. These are hardy, so you can plant these out and you're not going to need to worry about them. They'll come back for you next year. They do want a decent sunny position, okay, but these are going to give you so many flowers. They absolutely earn their keep. Right the way through from June to October, these will just keep throwing up flowers for you as long as you do a bit of deadheading. That's what I learnt with my annual ones I grew last year. They definitely needed a bit of deadheading. So keep that up and these are going to reward you. Quite versatile because you can plant these in a few different spaces. They can go into borders, you could put them into rockeries, you could keep them in containers. Just make sure you do that deadheading so they come back. Great at suppressing weeds, creating a carpet of colour. Plant if you've got a gap. Plant these because then you're going to stop those weeds from growing through, but these will flower for you for ages, June through to October, just constant flower, flower, flower.
We've got a double up deal here if you want to, 2 for $17.99 rather than 1 for $12.99, 480991 to get hold of that side of things. Now, the dianthus, I love you.
I love you too.
I love you.
We love the dianthus because, I mean, they're just a very traditional flower, very easy flower. They are perennial, so they'll come back for you every year. They're winter hardy.
I love this little budding one like.
Pollinators absolutely adore them as well. But what's a little bit different and unique about this one is that they actually have this colour changing property that happens. They come through initially a slightly darker pink, and then as the flowers age, they transition through to a lighter pink and then through to a sort of creamy white colour as well. So on the one plant, you will get a mixture of colours like you are looking at there. And that will keep going again for you for a really long time. May through to November, you will have these. They grow to about probably a foot by a foot is what we're talking about here. So 12 of those plug plants, you've got 12 feet of your garden absolutely covered, because these will spread, they will multiply. They're really easy to propagate. You can take cuttings from these and propagate them. Once you've bought a pack of these, if you do that propagating process, which is really quite simple, you'll never have to buy them again, because they will just keep going. And even over the winter, they leave something above ground. You still have that lovely foliage. It turns a kind of silvery grey colour as well. It's nice and green at the moment, but as it matures, it turns that lovely sort of silvery grey colour, and it leaves that in the ground for you over the winter too.
I think it's a little bit of like a secret favourite on the show, isn't it? It's really pretty and sweet.
It's
and
traditional.
Like, not too big, not too small.
Super easy, very traditional, works in all sorts of gardens. I've got a bunch of these. I can't wait to plant them out.
Yep, here we go. You can do the same, 480-689. So congratulations everybody checking out your baskets to get hold of that right now. Oh, you know what? Getting these last two in the same transaction, actually, if you like to say, if pink is your colour, the rhododendron, which is one of the first one we even showed you, if you're wondering the quality of what's produced here in the nursery, right in front of your eyes.
Whoa, I mean, this is a total feast for your eyes, isn't it? This is the Nova Zembla. We bought this a few weeks ago. It wasn't in full bloom then, and I am blown away by the size of the flower clusters that you're getting here. I mean, look at the size of that. I can't, and I got big hands, I can't cover that.
It's half a melon, isn't it? It's massive.
It's huge. Honestly, it's incredible. I also like that extra bit of interest that you've got inside the flowers.
Yeah, that's really striking, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, you've sort of got a bit like the Alstroemeria, you know, those kind of tiger stripe markings. That is inside here as well. So it's not just one uniform colour. You've got that lovely bit of interest in the centre there.
Like stencilled on, isn't it?
Dark green, evergreen, glossy foliage, which obviously gets smothered in these flowers. You can't see the foliage once the flower appears. But then you've got that foliage there, which lasts all year round as well. So you've still got that winter interest. But then these gorgeously exotic blooms on here. It's a well-established plant already, but obviously it is going to get bigger. It can get much bigger if you want it to. If you put this in a lovely sort of, it wants a bit of sun, but part shade is great as well. If you plant this out over the years, this can grow to a decent size, metre and a half. It can get to that size. It'll take several years to get there. But I just want you to picture that. Look at it. Look at how beautiful it is now. Look at the size of those flower clusters, and then multiply that out to a metre and a half in size and spread. That's going to be incredible, isn't it?
I can't think of another hobby that you can quit and it keeps doing its thing for you.
No, it's true. I mean, you can't fully quit, but yeah, you can go, oh, I'm not as much interested, but it'll keep going.
Maybe not as agile or mobile or budget or whatever it is, and you sort of stop. Like some of the things that like year after year after year, something you planted 20, you maybe know right now, but still comes back on its own, and you can still like deadhead every now and again because it's in you, isn't it? That love for is in you. But if you're not as prevalent as you once were, it just keeps on doing its own thing. It's natural, and then maybe you move out of that house and the next people can enjoy it, or maybe it's handed down. I don't know.
I think it was Elaine, but somebody sent I want to say Elaine, I'm so sorry if I've got this wrong, but somebody sent a picture in, and it was of their azalea, and it was a 30-year-old azalea, and the reason she knew it was 30 years old was that she bought it when she was pregnant with her daughter.
Right.
And it was her daughter's birthday, her 32nd or something birthday this year, and I really love that idea. Of course, we garden for great, just mental health, get out, get some exercise. But there's also certain plants in our garden that have meaning, that were gifted to us, that we bought for a special occasion. It might be in memoriam of somebody, you know. And I loved that she had that story that this is a 30-year-old, and I know that because I bought it when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I think I've gone off on a little bit of a tangent from what you were saying, but it's lovely, isn't it, to have those kind of meanings behind some of the things we have in our garden.
Like, there's not much else that does that, is there?
No.
You could bake a cake and it's gone. You go to the gym and then you stop and then it's like you get in great shape and then next summer your back's looking like you used to look, or whatever it is. Like literally, this will keep on going, and that is why I know I'm preaching to the choir, but I think it's such a lovely thing to do. 511096. We'll get you that.
Sorry,
home.
quick one on that. You do need your ericaceous compost. It is a rhododendron, so it does require ericaceous compost. If you've already got acidic soil in your garden, you're growing rhododendrons and azaleas and things, and they look lush and beautiful, and they're flowering amazingly. Fine, go and plant it in a border. If you haven't got acid soil in your garden, you do need to you do need to get some ericaceous compost.
There we go, which we have on the website, as well as our premium professional compost as well. Speaking of which, waddle this way, friends. There's plenty more still for you. Where am I stopping?
There.
Right here, good. I'm going no further.
I just need to get another plant.
Go on then. Here we go. There's your rhododendrons. 5110. I mean, I could have said nothing and no one would know, would they?
No, they wouldn't.
511096. We've got 5 minutes on the live show. And thank you. There's loads of you who have joined us. I love it. We've had more emails than I've ever seen before, and all pictures as well. We're back tomorrow, 10 till 1. So, of course, you can join us then. Maybe you're thinking, I'll take a photo this time. I'll send it in the morning. Absolutely, we'd love it if you did that. We really would.
Yeah, definitely.
But after all, let's just remind ourselves, if you get your basket to £40 or over, you'll get free P&P. I realise it's one P&P anyway, but nevertheless, you can save £6.99. Let's save £6.99.
Totally, yeah, absolutely.
And you're still getting your free gift whether you're shopping after the hour. Every single transaction you make with us this week, YGTV 2024, right? That is the code, and you will get 10 Majestic Lily bulbs for free. Doesn't affect your P&P, just completely free, saying thank you for shopping as we go. Now then, let's go back to the standard if we can.
Yeah, this is one of my favourites at the moment. Every time I go out for my dog walks and wander around, there's always one plant that I'll see wherever it is that I go that just looks amazing. A little while ago it was the ceanothus. I've seen this ceanothus. Earlier on in the year it was the forsythia, and everywhere I went that was looking amazing. Right now, genuinely, it's the Weigela. There's lots of different varieties out there. There's a beautiful house round the corner from me. They've got a variegated Weigela with the beautiful flowers on. Nice. On the drive on the way here, I'm sure it's this variety that I saw growing. Gorgeous, dark, bronzy, almost burgundy in places, coloured foliage. And then these beautiful pink flowers that you get on here as well. Now, I appreciate this one's only got one little cluster on here, but as this grows and establishes, you're going to get so many of those on there, and it's going to contrast so very perfectly, so that you can, that darker foliage really does then highlight these beautiful, beautiful flowers. All you need to do is prune this back occasionally. So it's in flower now, normally around sort of April and May time. This is the kind of display, and you can see from that picture, can't you? That's what I'm talking about with that contrast, the pink and that dark foliage. After flowering season, give this a little trim. You want to, I think with the standards, what you want is this lollipop, this lovely ball up at the top here. So just a nice little light trim after the flowering, and that'll help to maintain the shape for you. And that's pretty much it as far as maintenance is concerned. It's been skillfully fashioned into this standard shape for you. Now that does take a lot of work, by the way. It's not just, oh, let's trim some lower leaves. You have to have the right shape in the first place, and it does take a lot of work to get that, which is why standards do tend to come at a slightly higher price tag. Of course, here we always offer you a big saving as well at YGTV. It does come with the cane there as well. It won't need this forever, it won't, but whilst it's a young plant, it's definitely worthwhile keeping the canes in there. As the plant grows and establishes, the trunk will get thicker, and then you can remove the cane. My top tip, I guess, would be not to put it in a really windy location while it's still young and it gets blown about.
Okay.
That's it, really. Super simple. Definitely going to be your showy plant. We often talk about at certain. You want a plant. You want plants in your garden that something looks amazing in every month of the year.
Yeah, ideally,
Forsythia in February, amazing. Ceanothus in sort of April time, amazing. This one could be your May, absolutely covered, because this will be the standout, the feature in your garden.
Well, to get hold of yours, it's 511536. You can absolutely get hold of yours. Indian summer is one of those items that's going in nearly every. And isn't it interesting how, you know, maybe you're just tuning in for like bits and bobs, or you just, I didn't realise that existed over there. I'll go for that. in all those baskets, nearly every single one is adding this in, whatever it is, adding this in. It's really striking. I said uniqueness earlier on. Maybe that's it, or maybe it's a price point, who knows? Doesn't matter. Maybe you just love it like we do.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yep, beautiful.
It is really, really pretty, and a bit like the Weigela, this is another one with the showy flowers against the dark foliage, and I think this is what's going to make this Alstroemeria, because there's lots of them, but this is what makes this one really, really stand out. Lovely hot colour scheme when it comes to the flowers. Beautiful shades of kind of yellows and peaches and reds and oranges included in there, and then contrasting absolutely gloriously against the darker bed of foliage. It will get darker with age, and that, I mean, you can see it from, look, that contrast is absolutely incredible.
Isn't it?
Lovely, distinctive tiger stripes on the Alstroemeria flowers, flame-coloured flowers. It's going to transition you through from summer to autumn as well, because these are going to flower probably from about June time and keep going right the way through to October. I do expect you to get flowers this year, but in subsequent years, it's going to get even better, bigger and better. They normally grow to about 60 by 60 centimetres, so this is a nice compact variety. It's relatively new. It's been bred specifically so that you have the flower power of cut flower varieties, but also the sturdiness, the robustness for it to work in our home gardens as well. Easy to grow, low maintenance. All you need to do is cut back flower stems in autumn and wait for that to come through next year. And as Philip, thank you so much, confirmed, if you are using these for cut flowers, it's better to pluck from the base than it is to cut, because that actually makes it encourages the plant to throw up new flowers. If you cut, apparently it won't throw up new flowers. So it's really,
love that. Yeah, thank you to Philip for that. Here's the thing. So it should be $24.99. Normally the discount club price would be 10% off there, $22.49. But obviously, to get, hopefully, more eyes on, because it's still new, YGTV, the TV side of things. Hopefully you're going to watch and think, wow, extra discounts just for the TV. So what's that? £8 off. Not £2.50. That's amazing. So you're like, all right, same flower, same batch, away we go, just more off. 480-255-1529 is that club price for you. Everything else, of course, you can still shop. It reminds the item number of this, or the alliums, or the heavy-duty pots, of course, the compost, all on the show page for today, Wednesday. You can see all your item numbers all in one place. Shall we do it all again tomorrow?
Yeah,
with some other bits and bobs thrown in as well.
There's loads of things that we haven't seen that are on our show plan, so hopefully we'll get to bring those out tomorrow as well.
So live tomorrow on YouTube, on Facebook page as well, of course, from 10 o'clock.
I think Sean's on QVC later, isn't he? I'm sure he's on QVC Style later on, 5 or 6 o'clock.
Rebecca, thank you.
Mwah.
I'm Dan. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bye.